I'll kill you.
And what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Fights, the final episode of Star Trek Clone Wars Season 1.
Well, the final three.
Well, I'm the final Nerd Fights episode.
Yes. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all I meant. So we finally made it through Season 1, as everybody's been begging us to watch this. And so we're finally getting through it. So first, let's say hi to everybody. So 47 Yorktown, first in the chat. Good to see you. Miss Moneypenny, if you can still hear us, good to see you. I know you're at church, so have a good time at church. The Dork Knight, some idiot there, have whatever. And let's see. Mike Richards, the best thing to come out of Columbus, Ohio. Good to see you. In Canada, Star Trek Picard is on basic cable. That's because in Canada, they got to give you something besides moose meat and maple syrup. So, you know.
What are you talking about? They have free health care. They have, never mind.
Well, they got to give you, you got nothing. I mean, you got dirt and maple trees and moose. And, I mean, there's nothing to do up there. Think about it. It's Canada. I mean, what are you going to do besides watch Picard? And Gorilla's upset because we started 15 minutes early than scheduled. Yeah, you see, it's all an evil scheme. You see, Thomas keeps saying we're late, so I figured that if I schedule it 15 minutes later than we actually are supposed to start, and then we start a couple minutes late, we're actually still early, and so that let's look good. See. England DG, good to see you, my good buddy. Yes, I like to sneak a couple of those animations in there. There's still a few of them in there for the occasional request, including everybody's favorite was Spinning Spock. Captain Fandom Nerd in the house. Daniel's here. Good to see you. Let's see here. Urilla says, episode 19, if you Alex Kurtzman, because he stole my own chance for a best of both worlds moment with epic cliffhanger. Is a F you Alex Kurtzman because he stole my own chance. I'm not sure what you mean.
No, I even wrote it down. I know what he's talking about when looking at my notes. Episode 19 ends on an epic cliffhanger, and I'm so glad I wasn't watching this week to week because I'd have gone out of my mind for like 6 days.
You're talking about the end of Mindwalk?
No, the end of part 1 of
the end
Supernova Part 1.
Yeah. That was a pretty serious cliffhanger.
Yeah. Hey guys, let me know if my sound's okay. Some shows say it's too low, some say it's too high. I can't hear what you guys.
Yeah, I can't tell how we're balanced because I can only hear his. I don't hear mine as it comes through comparatively. So,
hello there, Donnie. Good to see you again.
Donnie is here. Brian is here. Mr. Potts is in the house. Good to see you, Thomas. Let's see here. Bradley says, I love where they throw TOS through Enterprise reruns 6 days a week over the air TV. Well, and like I said, in Canada, you got sticks. So,
stop throwing shade at our Canadian brothers and sisters. And before anybody calls me out on it, Cece already gave me grief. I didn't have time to change. Yes, I got raped by my cat earlier, and my hoodie and my shirt. I'm completely covered in cat hair. So just kick the chair out from underneath you guys from saying anything mean. I guess we sound good. So that's
Thomas
good.
Says you sound a little lower, but I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm a little lower? Okay. I can change that. Hold up. That's why I asked, man. Because I'm only at 100 and I don't know how high is this. So I'm going to go to 110. And there we go. Let me know if that's anything. Yeah, I don't want to blow it out. That's why I only went up to 10. So 110.
All right, so let's get right into it so we don't run too long today like we did last week when
we went over 4 episodes last week,
right.
And I may or may not have, taken a little too many.
May or may not have.
So apparently, I just want to apologize.
Clouds last week.
I just want to apologize to the audience because apparently Mike was just picking on me because like I hit him up earlier today, and I was like, "Hey man, did we go over episode 17?" And he was like, he just goes off on me because apparently I got so stoned during the thing. I don't remember the last segment of our show, but I do remember starting a live stream of my own immediately after this. So you know how weed gets you like you just get cloudy for a minute and then you're back. So apparently that happened. He said I was out of control, and I apologize if I was. So see, kids, don't do drugs. When Cece got home, she took the bong away from me. So I'm going to be stone cold sober. So I won't have an excuse for today. If I mess up today, it's just because I'm terrible. You know.
See, now look at that comment right there. That's.
No, I just don't. Apparently, I just don't remember the last episode we went over. You know, like the last.
Well, the funny thing is, the last episode. I mean, that was some comedy gold right there because it really was because I completely just made up a story for it.
So you were trolling me live. That's good. That's good.
I was.
On my channel too.
Completely made up a different story for it because I hated that episode. The
holodeck episode.
Yeah.
Well, the ending was. I mean, we had to have that whole episode was just so we could have the ending with Janeway.
Right, but that whole episode could have been 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, you know.
And so the episode could have been a 5-minute prologue to the next episode, and so I was just making up the story as far as the whole thing. Like,
whoa, what does he mean current? I'm so sorry, Donnie Pearson. What do you mean by all the current Star Trek? Because somebody else was saying, and I thought they were in Canada, they were still showing TOS, and so like, you're getting Discovery for free, you're getting Picard for free, you're getting Strange New Worlds for free on basic. Like, really? I might save enough money on the streaming service to move to Canada. I don't know. Like,
well, Canada, you can't just move there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a passport anyway, so I've been to Canada, but that was back when your birth certificate was good enough, you know, in the good old days.
Yeah, you'd have to be an illegal alien at this point.
I don't know. I don't think Canada would take me.
No, I'm pretty sure I think you're on the do not high list.
I get stoned on your show one time. One time, dude. Come on now. That's just anyway. Hey, Captain Fandom Nerd. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're still here. I just saw your comment. Sheesh. I got to remember to monitor my chick because we're simulcasting. I got to remember I'm on.
Well, if you look on the Nerd Fights or in the StreamYard app, it shows both at the same time.
Oh, is that why you never see my private chat? Because you're on the comments tab.
Yes.
Okay.
And we just got a donation.
A super chat.
So thank you to Joe Biden.
Good. Perfect segue because I wanted to talk about something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Says, Dork seemed perfectly normal last week to me. No.
Oh God, how's it end?
So don't worry, no one is going to ban your ithofunkia.
My what? You can't show. Remember when I said, "Hey man, at least I didn't get so stoned I was speaking in tongues," and you were like, "You basically did." Maybe he's quoting me.
Yeah. IHUFOKPMIA. That's the word. And then Hail Corona, number 22. So per your request here, hold on, let me get number 22 queued up for you, Mr. President. So this is the presidential super chat request that he always wants. Where is it? Here we go. I would love for him to explain why he likes that so much. I don't understand.
That like hypnotized me. I think that was like some satanic messaging there. That's crazy. No, that's funny. I'm pretty sure because I kind of, you know how like when you get, I mean, maybe not, you've probably never been stoned, but you know how sometimes when you get stoned, you're like kind of like half there, but half not. So like you can kind of remember things. That's why I was like, was I speaking in tongues? He probably literally just quoted some gibberish I said, or, you know, it didn't make any sense. But hey, Joe Biden, I want you to know, I'm actually really concerned about your health. I want no. I want to make a plea. I watched the State of the Union, and I'm not going to get in politics here, but at the end, he's walking out and he's walking to his, I don't know what they call his limo, but his limo, which was a pretty huge damn limo. I didn't know they were that nice.
Well, they're like big SUVs.
They're huge. And so anyways, he was walking like my grandmother with Alzheimer's walk. I think there's something in his 80. I think his gait, like people go watch that clip of him walking out to his limo. Look at his gait. Look at how he's walking. I think he's got like Alzheimer's or dementia or something. Like I'm worried about our president. And I don't even really particularly care for the guy, but I just as a human being, like I'm telling you, I've seen that. I used to work in a nursing home.
Alzheimer's or dementia, but I'm
telling you the way he walks, like, you know what? C-SPAN won't claim us, right? That's right. See, like it was on C. I'll look it up and I'll bring it. It's only like a 3-second clip of him walking.
No, I understand what you're saying, but there could be a million, like could be a neurological thing that has nothing to do with dementia or Alzheimer's. I'm saying
I'm saying like President Biden, as an American, I don't want you to die in office. Please get checked out. There's something's there. Something's going on.
I will say this. The president of the United States has more medical care than any other person in this country.
Then why are they letting him go out in the public with that gate? That just like because he's got the
State of the freaking Union address. That's one of the times it's not like the president goes, I'll not do that one.
Look, back in the day, Franklin Roosevelt hid from the public that he had to use a wheelchair. Right. And we couldn't like CGI this man some legs or just not record him walking to his car. You know what I mean? Because when he's inside the chamber walking, you don't see his gait because there's a bunch of people around him. He's shaking hands and kissing old ladies and inappropriately touching young women. And
didn't have like a bunch of news cameras everywhere back then.
That's true as well. No, that's you're 100%.
That's the big difference. But 100%. And everybody was looking for that.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. I actually wrote that note. Be sure to bring up Biden's gate. And since Joe Biden is on the show, I just want you to know, Mr. President, I am concerned for your health as an American, not as a, whatever. I mean, you ruined the country, and you've got record-breaking inflation.
Stop.
Sorry. I just had to get that in there because I don't want my
because you're a jerk.
I just don't want my friends being like, "Oh, you've got all softy liberal on me now." Huh?
This show is not endorsing a political candidate.
I'm not. I'm just saying, as an American.
Shut up.
As a red-blooded, meat-eating American.
Shut up.
I'm concerned. Thank you, Mr. President, for your donation. Mindwalk.
And honestly, Mindwalk could have been Supernova Part 1, and this could have been a 3-part.
I don't know. Like, so here, I want to show you this. You see this little short section here? Those bullet points? That's all I had to say about 18. Dude, I got a page and a half on 19 alone. Like, I just want to hurry up and speed through. I didn't really dig this episode, to be honest with you.
I actually like this one.
Well, maybe it's because we watched these 3. This was the weakest of the 3, in my opinion. So.
Really, you thought so?
Yeah. It was the weakest of the 3. It was all set up though, so that's why I agree with it not being a part of Supernovas.
I think that the 3 are an integral. I mean, like you can't have Supernova without Mindwalk.
Okay, no, you're right, especially with that ending. It's just like it's like
Janeway couldn't have defended them without the body swaps.
They knew they wanted an ending, but or not the ending. I'm thinking of the previous episode. Although it did have an I actually literally wrote "oh shit" because they did the Freaky Friday thing at the end of it. So really, I mean, really only the it still holds. Only the ending of this you needed for. But I do get your point. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad. But has there ever been a 3-parter? I guess there. Well, really, if you think about DS9, it was like
DS9. That's 6-parter. So,
well, no, I mean, really, DS9 is kind of one of those, like, they were ahead of their time. It's like a totally bingeable. You have to, like, it's not episodic. I don't care what anybody says. Deep Space Nine, you got to watch like a good. There's only 10% of the episodes over the 7 years of Deep Space Nine that are standalone episodes. The other 90%, you're gonna be lost if you don't watch all that stuff. I mean,
no, Thomas, why are you saying to impeach me now? What did I do?
You're defending Biden. That's what you're doing. Anyway,
I'm not defending Biden. I was telling you to shut up because we're not.
I was triggering you. I was just trying to trigger you. Let's go on. So, hey, we open up the show with the fallout from the.
Enterprise had 3-parters in season 4.
3-part. Oh no! Well, right on. See, well, it's not unprecedented. They should have done that. They should have done a 3-parter. You're right.
Yeah. Anyway, so Mindwalk starts out obviously with the ugliest shit. The Dauntless. Oh man,
that is not
staring down with them, and because the red donut is in control.
You know what it reminds me of? This ship. Did you ever watch Fat Albert? You're
the mushroom guy. Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
Abe.
Yeah.
We're the cobbles.
We're old kids. Just Google it. You'll be fine.
So
yeah,
and England says, "Look at Star Trek 6." I'm not sure.
No. Look into Star Trek, The Undiscovered Country. What's going on there? Like, what are we? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Help me out, England. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. So they're about to get shot at and big miscommunication thing going on here. Although, like, why didn't they try to? And this was something I asked, and I should have rewound it. Did both ships have their shields up? Because there was no problem with ship to ship transportation. It was ship to ship communication. So why didn't they try to, like, as soon as they saw him, beat me over there now so I can tell them what's up, type of thing? You know what I mean?
Well, their shields are up. Because,
the shields are up. Okay.
Yeah, because if they lowered their shields, they were worried that what the Dauntless was going to do was beam over and take over the ship, and then they would open up comms.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as they opened comms, it was game over.
Right. So I guess I missed that logic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they were trying to keep the shields up and figure out a way to communicate to them that what was going on without opening up comms. But then the red donut engages the warp drive, and meanwhile they're all chasing each other in slipstream mode. Now they get this whole thing where they're merging warp bubbles.
Yeah. Have we ever seen that? We've seen that before, right? I feel like I've seen that.
We saw that in Enterprise with the NX-02 merged the warp bubble with the NX-01. And in fact,
I remember that. Yeah, Discovery. That was actually the first Discovery. It was Enterprise, and because the captain was that chick that Archer used to bang. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was
I don't remember what the
NX-02 was Discovery.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure the NX-02 was Discovery because it was captained by that chick that Archer used to bang.
Yeah, but anyway, Trip actually went, manually to the other ship in the warp bubble, similar to what they were trying to do with Janeway and Dahl.
Yeah.
It was the Columbia.
Oh, no, the Columbia. You're right. I'm sorry, the Columbia. Yeah.
Anyway, so they did do the merging the warp bubble.
Man, Gorilla put that in all caps. I must have offended him. I apologize.
Yeah, and Thomas also put in the NX-02 with Columbia. But
tell Danny to get his ships right. Yeah.
But I did like that they at least, that's a viable tech thing that's from prior Trek.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're gonna tech the tech stuff, I as much as I don't like technobabble, at least it's established technobabble. Now here's technobabble that I love was that. So then they're freaking out, going, well, because I like Jenkins, like, well, at least they're not firing at us, and then they immediately start shooting, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh crap, they're firing at us. What do we do? And of course, Rock Talk, being the science chick, is like, well, we could do a phase tachyon. So, and he's like, blah, blah, bloppity, blah.
Jankum doesn't know how to do that. Hey, Mom, welcome back. I guess, you got fed up with, church. That's cool.
Yeah. So I love that. That was like the best response to technobabble in Trek history. So
Yeah.
I will give him that.
Yeah. Jankum doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out a way to communicate. And then they get the idea that, wait a minute, Dahl has psychic DNA. And so
can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Did I miss, if this is that, block of time, I forgot, forgive me. Did we just learn in this episode he was an augment, or was it the last episode?
No, it was in the one in the one where they went to the star.
Well, no, when they went, they didn't say he was an augment. They just said that he had to report immediately to Starfleet, so we knew something was up. But when did we find out?
I'm trying to remember. It was no. It was when they went to that place with the chick with the genetic splicing. She told him.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's like 2 episodes. Okay,
yeah, she mentioned that. Now here's where I have a problem, and I have a big problem with this, because and hey, Cece.
Hey, baby, right on.
So
you could be on screen with me if you wanted to, honey. You're only in the other room. Just saying.
How the heck did they get Organian DNA?
Yeah, I look like Chris Farley when I do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I have no idea, man.
That makes no sense. How did he forgot more than one complete episode, Thomas? It's the drugs. So,
hey, guy, look, first of all, it's my medication. I take it for
whatever you like.
I'm just kidding. I don't even have glaucoma.
He's going to be like 80 years old, and he's going to go, I remember it now. I'll be like, I'll be in a graveyard, because I will have been dead for 20 years. And go, no, I remember it.
And I will come visit you at your tombstone, and I will tell you all about what I remember, my friend. Good God. Stop trying to throw Salty off track with your shit, Dork Nightly. Fuck you, Darren. You know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna abuse my power, just as like a mean joke.
No, you will not.
No, I just did it.
You did it. Really time him out?
I did. I timed him out.
Don't time him out again.
It's only three. I'll never do it again. Right. But like, I've been waiting so long to do that. I didn't want to do it on a show that he was on with me. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, don't time people out. I will take away your wrench.
Okay. Salty Trekker from Gorilla's Random Thoughts. A better question is how they managed to splice in species 8472 DNA that even the Borg could not assimilate.
Did they say? I didn't.
I didn't catch that either. If that's true, that's a great question. Like, who the hell made this kid? Maybe that'll be in the next season.
Yeah. Well, not only that, because the doctor.
I won't do it, Darren. Come on.
Oh, gotcha, buddy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I'm not going to read that, but that was a great comment.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dude, it's only 300 seconds. Don't be too salty. I won't do it again. Just come back when it's over.
Yeah, if that was on the screen, I did not go and pause that screen and look at it. But if they, because I remember when the doctor was analyzing species 8472's DNA and talking about how much information was in it, there's no way they could have spliced it. So yeah, that makes no sense.
Oh, Trek Culture from the UK. I love those guys. See, I need to be. So here's the thing. I used to watch their Star Trek stuff, but when I started doing it with the Salty Nerds and then with Salty Trekker, I stopped because I didn't want to I wanted to have my own thoughts, and I didn't want to inadvertently kind of regurgitate theirs.
They did a breakdown of it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but after the fact, now that we're done with Prodigy, I'll probably go back and watch all the Trek Culture's Prodigy coverage just to see if we lined up any, because I really do love those guys over there. They're great. It's a great show. It's a great channel. Follow it if you don't. Seriously, guys.
So, yeah, but yeah, if they have A472 in there, now I could see where they got some DNA because Voyager had a sample of their DNA. But how did they splice it?
Look at that. Thomas makes a great point. That's what I was saying. I know that was my point. We don't know who made him.
Except we do know that Starfleet knew about it.
No, they not necessarily. They knew he was an augment. That's why it didn't give a species. It didn't give it any direction other than send this person directly to Starfleet.
Not necessarily, because just because he was augment doesn't mean it's not illegal to be an augment. He just couldn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, he just couldn't join Starfleet.
No, Janeway, there's even a line of dialogue where she says that they're banned.
Right, you can't.
Period. There's no way they can join Starfleet. They're
an augment. Genetic modification is illegal, and so, but you can't.
So therefore, his mere existence is breaking
the
law.
But it's not like they're not gonna
Gorilla's saying, bro, you need to give me a timestamp. I don't believe that. I never heard Soong's name, not once.
Yeah, no, they did say Soong.
When? God, I smoked too much weed. When did they say it?
I'm trying to remember which episode it was, but they did say he was a Soong.
So he's made by the same dude that made Data, and he looks like this.
Is the origin of everything nowadays. Yes,
man, that's some lazy writing. That's lazy writing.
Creation.
Lazy writing.
Yeah. And yeah, think about Dr. Bashir. They made an exception for him.
They did make an exception for him, yes. But I mean, he'd already been in Starfleet for so long before they found out. It was like that.
But Dahl, I would think that they would make an exception considering the circumstances.
Well, once we get to episode 20, we'll talk about that. Yeah. So let's get back on track here.
Yeah. So back to this whole thing. So somehow, so the A472 DNA at least, the A472 DNA, at least I can see where they got it. But how the heck did they get the Organian DNA? If you consider that the Organians, by the time the Federation made contact with them, had already evolved to non-corporeal beings.
Right. So
that makes zero sense.
Yes, that maybe is Soong the origin of Khan. I mean, I think they set that up in Enterprise, right? Isn't that right?
Huh?
He's asking if Soong is the origin of Khan, and I said I believe they made that canon in Enterprise in season 3 or 4 of Enterprise.
Well, they also talked about that in
the 3-parter. That goes back to the joke earlier. The 3-parter episode called the Augments. Didn't they?
Well, soon I think that the Augments, the original Augments, were not necessarily Soong, but Soong got the Augments and worked on them after.
Is that what it was?
Khan is not a Soong creation necessarily.
Okay.
And Soong worked on the Augments after Khan.
Okay. Unless who knows? They'll probably retcon that.
Yeah. So Soong is responsible for the augment virus that created the Klingon mess, but not the original augments. At least canonically so far. But, we'll probably find out the great-great-grandpa Soong actually did create Khan.
Yeah.
In some retcon when we do,
exactly.
Star Trek, we're going to end up doing,
Weren't they gonna do the eugenics wars? Like some kind of, wasn't that a rumor at one point? Like a eugenics wars series? Wasn't that a rumor at one point?
They were talking about it at some
or
point.
a con TV show or something. I thought,
they were going to do a con miniseries. That's now they were talking about doing it as a podcast series or something.
Okay,
which seems kind of weird.
The Klingon virus thing was cool. How badass would it have been if Archer had kept his ridges?
Well, Darren, when I think Soong is the creator of the Klingon virus, it's indirectly because Soong created the augments, which in turn the Klingons got those augments to create their own augments, which in turn created the Klingon virus. I know
he makes a good point on my my channel, which I guess he can be in two places at once. Bashir was only partially augmented. So,
well, you're either augmented or you're not.
Well, run that. That's just what Darren said. So, anywho.
Yeah.
All right. We need to get to this traitor that sets up Janeway. That's my next note. That's the next big beat.
Somehow he taps into his Organian DNA, which shouldn't exist, in order to tap into Janeway. And which, by the way, is interesting because that literally saves Janeway's life because they were about to kill her, and it wakes her up, but it accidentally does a body swap, and so Janeway wakes up in Dahl's body, Dahl wakes up in Janeway's body, so
well, that's where you skipped over. There was a beat before that. It doesn't matter, but the chick that's actually whatever the Gwen's race is, who's infiltrated her.
Gwen.
Yeah, evil Gwen, who's infiltrated her way into Starfleet, basically sets Janeway up, and that's what's about to get her killed before this happens. Yeah, that was a big reveal. You just kind of glossed over that.
Sorry,
it's all good. See, this is why I take notes, sir. That's exactly why I take notes.
So Janeway wakes up and is like, wait a minute, I know who you guys are. And so Janeway is cool and collected and all that.
Hold up. See, who said that? Soong, Gorilla's saying Soong created. Yes, I now that you mention it,
yes, but
I remember it. But here's the thing:
post eugenics wars.
Well, here's the thing: I've done everything in my power to delete Picard season 1 and 2 from my memory banks. That I did forget that. So thank you.
But you see, as far as we know, unless they're retconning it, Khan specifically said in Wrath of Khan that the Botany Bay launched in 1996.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned, that's still canon, which means that Project Khan is not Khan that we saw in Star Trek 2. Now, it could be that he's trying to create another Khan
with power over millions.
Right. It could be that he's trying to create another Khan, and that second Khan that he's creating could be the ancestor of the On from.
Can you put? I wish I had control of this. Will you put Brian's thing up on the screen, please? Please. Brian McFarlane. Right. Yeah. Because Brian, have you not read the Book of Revelations? I mean, I'm not even Christian, and I have. Come on. It's been like that forever. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have got something better.
And that sound means
super chat.
So a donation from Salty Doesn't Know Trek. Thank you so much. So Soong took the augment embryos from cold storage and modified them. He didn't create them. Yeah, I get it. You don't have to get into the details of it. You
put Darren's last comment up. I'm all about self-deprecation. Yeah, you're right, man. I can't keep my pie hole shut. I'm sorry. That's why I'm podcasting.
Right. We're done talking about Soong. Okay, the show is not about.
Let's move on because we still haven't even got to the damn body swap yet, have we?
Well, we're trying to. We just had Janeway wake up in Dahl's body.
Okay, here we go.
And of course,
I
acting all cool and collected, which is not very dull, you know.
Well, not just that, but the voice actor
did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell like took on the cadence of Kate.
I'm Admiral Janeway.
Well, that's the animation, like that kind of thing.
I know, but his
the
voice,
way the voice, yeah, it was very Kate Mulgrew. Like it was very, the cadence was there.
But let me say this.
I almost wonder if they mixed it. You know what I mean? Because there's certain scenes where Doll's actually Kate Mulgrew's voice. Did you notice that? Like a little bit later when she's under the thing talking to Gwen.
Right.
Yeah. So,
but let me say this. So with this, Kate
did you see Bradley's comment?
Kate, we're done talking about him soon.
Soon. That was a good pun. Good job. Well played, sir. Well played.
Kate Mulgrew deserves a freaking Emmy Award for this episode right here.
Yeah.
Her performance as Doll, I never thought Kate could emote so well as she does here. I absolutely fell in love with her in this whole sequence. Like when she's like, "Hi there, Starfleet person."
Yeah. Oh, dude, go to that. Like, yeah, this is Doll as her. Go to go a little bit further. Like Doll, Kate Mulgrew doing
this guy
her impersonation of Doll is so funny. I was laughing so right here. I was laughing so hard.
And she's like,
I know it's the animation when you look at the face, but her voice acting is so good. She brings it to
Kate. I was blown away by Kate's voice acting throughout this whole thing when she was possessed. I absolutely loved this whole thing. Like, oh yes, I'm the Admiral. I surely am. And what was your name? Okay. Blue guy, you're in charge. Yes, sirree.
I don't know. This one brought the comedic moments to me. And I want to make something clear. Earlier, when I said that to me, this was the weakest of the last 3 episodes, that's like saying that, like,
well, it's the weakest of the strongest 3.
Exactly. I mean, it's still a great episode, man. It's like saying, like,
these are the best 3 episodes.
Out of strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla ice cream, chocolate's my least favorite, but I still love it because it's ice cream. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
This one was the one that played the most laughs.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
because the next 2 episodes are, the next episode is
the
dark.
next episode, not just dark, but the end, that cliffhanger ending. My God, man, I'm so glad I would.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, dude.
And then the last one ends on a very uplifting note. So great trilogy of episodes.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
But this one just leaves you in stitches.
And I don't remember who said it in the chat a few weeks ago, because I was saying in the early days, I was saying I didn't really like Doll. The kid was getting on my nerves, blah blah blah. Somebody said, "Oh, you'll change your mind. He'll grow on you." And I'm not gonna lie, man. Dude had me in tears by the end of this 3 episode arc. Like, it was good shit.
It's a good. That's
good.
So yeah, she is. I
like how the animation and her voice acting with it just went together so perfectly.
It's like, yes, I'm the Admiral, and I am in charge.
Hey, Jedi Bill, welcome. Everybody here, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you don't already, subscribe to the Salty Nerd or the Dork Knight, because we are simulcasting. Please hit that subscribe button. Maybe even hit the bell notification. It really helps out a lot.
Yes, indeed. So she orders him to stop firing because she can change her mind, not in a weird way, but in a good Admiral kind of way.
Dude, it's so, like, he's so stupid. Like, he could have done this so different. He did so bad. The chief medical officer pulled that thing where he made her, like, unfit for duty. I guess we'll get there. I think that's next episode, actually.
No, that's here.
Is that here? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually coming up. The Admiral Mutiny is what I called it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, look at that. The captain of the ship's looking at her like, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
Or the first officer, or whatever.
Yes, first officer.
Yeah.
He's
First officer,
like, yeah, this is not right. Everybody on the ship.
Something's a little off here. You know. Yeah.
And I did love the he's like, yeah, I order you to drink this coffee. He's like, spits it out.
And then she spits it out. I think that was the giveaway, because we all know about Janeway and her coffee. Yeah. If Janeway spits out her coffee that her doctor made for her, so he knows exactly what she likes, he's like, yep, that's not Janeway. This is the moment that like clinched it for him, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, notice, and not only that, but he yells, how does she drink this?
Yeah, that was so stupid. What an idiot. Yes. He's Doll. Clearly, Doll hasn't won me over yet. I think it's toward the end of the next episode, or the last episode, where I finally like this kid.
And I get it that he's a kid, so I'm not saying this is a flaw in the show. Okay, so don't think that I'm saying this is necessarily a story flaw, but like the smart thing here to do would be for Doll, when the doctor says, I'm detecting a problem with your brain, would be for him to immediately tell him exactly what's going on.
That would have been smart, but Doll's not smart.
Yeah, but he's not smart like that, because at this point he doesn't trust Starfleet. He doesn't, he's used to people basically being shady, and so he's not used to the idea of an organization truly being on the up and up like Starfleet usually is. So meanwhile, Janeway being is like, they come up with and look at that's standing like Janeway, talking like Janeway.
Oh yeah. No, they this was good shit. This was really good. Like like I said before, probably 3 or 4 times, the combination of the way they did the animation and the voice acting with both of these characters was spot on. It was so good. Yeah.
And so the basically they get the idea that they need to touch each other to transfer back, because the beam of the phaser is what actually allowed them to transfer before.
Right, which at the end of this episode is, anyway, we'll get there. Sorry.
Yeah. So in order to do that, they need to basically jump out into space, and then we get the reference.
I like
first episode in Trek history, the one that I have the action figure for. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Can you see that?
I mean, I can see the face ish.
All right, I'll make it.
Yeah, make yourself big. There you go. Oh yeah.
This is the
yeah. Because she's like, I was a salamander once, so it can't be any worse than that.
Yeah. This is the Tom Paris mutated as a salamander. And by the way, this action figure, it's hard to see, but if you look, let me see, where are they? You look very carefully. The inside there are 3 baby salamanders that come with it.
Okay.
Inside the box there.
I see that.
Yes.
I'm pointing at it.
So yes.
See me pointing at it.
So yes.
No, I thought I like that. That was a deep cut. She's like, I've been a salamander once, and can't be any worse than that.
Yeah. So she. So I gotta give him props for that reference.
And you know what's so cool is this is a show, again, it's on Nickelodeon, made for kids, yet they're going through they're still going through the trouble of throwing in the Easter eggs so parents can watch it with their kids and get something out of it, or giant old kids like us can watch it and appreciate it. But
and when we do the wrap up at the end,
in this part here, she walks in on Dal
playing with the ship.
Yeah.
And that Voyager model is pretty cool. So
yeah.
And I had 3 kids with Tom Paris. Can't get any worse than that. That we abandoned in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
They're still out there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere out there.
And technically the doctor could give them a hypospray and they turn human. wonder what they look like.
I don't even want to know.
So then the doctor comes in and says there's a problem with your brain. And
Yeah, this is the scene where Dahl should have come clean, like right here.
But instead, it's like, oh well, we'll talk about that after.
And that little I forget her name, but that's the Judas. That's the chick,
that's the
evil Gwen.
Evil Gwen.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
Mike Richards. But do they write? No.
Yeah, never. So meantime, they're figuring out that the protostar is heading deep into Federation territory and not looking good.
Let's speed this along, man. I want to get to 19.
We're going, dude.
19's my favorite.
Relax,
I can't wait.
relax.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
This is where
so then Dahl goes down, sees the Janeway hologram, and this is where Janeway fixes Janeway so that Janeway can be Janeway again.
It was cool, man. I like this part.
A cool scene where Janeway fixed Janeway.
I did. Gave her back all her memories, and she's like, because she says this line again later. She's like, "This might sting a little bit," and she says that again later to Dahl.
And she also sees the log from Chakotay showing what happened.
Yes. Yeah.
So now she knows that Chakotay was attacked, and basically now she has an idea of what happened, but not exactly what to do yet. So then
I think that's the part where she said the line about the salamander, and this is where they play charades. I love this part.
She says we're gonna play charades, and of course that gets Rock Talk excited. We're gonna play a game, yay! Because Rock Talk is really the sweetest, most innocent person. So they're trying to do this game, and she's like, "What? We're gonna go out and touch in space and swap bodies," and then they walk in on her.
And this is and this is where Dahl. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, just limbering up here,
just taking care of you. And you know what I thought? It was almost over the top. At a certain point, I guess she's older. I'm 43. Yeah, I do the same thing. I might get cracks, 2 times, but not 4 or 5. She does the same thing like 4 or 5 times, and it keeps cracking.
She's got to be like in her 70s here. So
you really think that old, huh? Hey man, we got some excellent fans in the chat. Some dedicated Star Trek nerds. Somebody give me a rough estimate of a realistic. How old is Janeway in this episode, please?
Well, this has got to be post Nemesis, right?
Oh, it's totally post Nemesis. Yeah. So
So she's got to be in her 70s.
Damn, really? She's looking pretty spry for 70. Tell you that. Well, I guess so is Stallone. He's 74. So anyway.
And now what I think is kind of over the top is the fact that evil Gwen is holding
whatever. Gorilla's trying to say she's only 49. Stop trolling, man. Get the F out of here. Come on. There's no way. She's got that. No.
Yeah. And I'm 20.
Right? She was 49 when she got commissioned to be captain the Voyager, maybe. That's a little mean. Probably 39.
Anyway. No, I think it's kind of crazy that evil Gwen has got a phaser behind her back and nobody else noticed.
Yeah. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did too, because they're about to take Janeway as prisoner and lock her up in sick bay.
Yeah, but I think she's ready to take her down permanently.
Well, I don't know. Ever since Dahl took over, she's been confused because she was going to kill her at first, and then she was like, "You don't remember?" There was even a scene where she literally says, "So you don't remember what happened?" And she's like, "No." And then she says something that didn't happen. And he's like, "Yeah." So she knows that's not Janeway. At this point, yeah.
Anyway, so she's pretending to limber up, and then they're like, "Okay, we need to take you to sick bay." And she's like, "Admiral on the run,
Admiral on the run," and then gets stopped by everybody, which I thought was very interesting. I've never have we ever seen a chief medical officer exercised this power like this before? Because it's been threatened. Bashir threatened it a lot. Bones threatened it at least once. Have we seen this before? Where like the chief medical officer?
Actually, the original series, Kirk was relieved of duty in the Deadly Years.
I get that, but not like this. Not to the point to where even like ensigns and cadets and security officers and like because like
Not to where the captain was literally forced, but but
like this is the first time
Kirk,
I think I've seen
Kirk
something
was
like
unwillingly taken, relieved of duty in the Deadly Years.
Yeah. Yes. But not like this. Like just like skip ahead a couple seconds.
Drag him kicking and screaming. But
yeah. No, they're literally carrying Janeway by her arms to sick bay. It's ridiculous. Prodigy. Okay, so I suck at math. Come on, you gonna make me get a calculator?
Yeah,
up
come on, Thomas. I mean, you got to do some math.
That's fine. I'll get the calculator out. All right. So he says 2384 minus 2036. Oh wow. I guess 49 is correct. 48.
That can't be
math.
Right.
That's just not. That doesn't even make sense. That really doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Dude, why she got like my girl's almost 48 and she ain't got a big old like rogue streak of blonde.
In 49 years, she rose to be a captain, was stranded in the Delta Quadrant for 7 years.
7 years.
Became an admiral. Then the Dominion War, was no. I'm sorry.
Gorilla's answer to the gray hair. It's like Year of Hell and Voyager. Or the stress, or the stress from having Tom Paris's kids really aged her. Dude, those are gold. Keep, I might make a T-shirt design out of that one. That was funny. Yeah, I might just do like a flat design of Janeway with the gray hair, make it prominent, and then just the text. It was like the stress from having Paris's kids really aged me. In like a thing, and if I actually make any money off of that, because I don't seem to be selling any of my shirts like this one that you can find at mixtees.com/dorknightlv, use the promo code dorknight and save 20%. Anyway, Danny, I told you to have to change my name to no one listens. Yeah, okay.
You know what you should do? You know how there's like people do those like Kirk versus Picard shirts?
Yeah.
So you do that, like you have, Kirk versus Picard, and you have the standard list, and then you put Janeway, and you go, and you just put, got turned into a lizard, had 3 kids, left them behind like a boss. Mike.
Oh man. Well, we still got to get to the Freaky Friday phaser she's, man.
So they all like grab her.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a 3-hour show. We're an hour in, and we're not even done with the first episode. So I apologize.
So they're hog tying Janeway, trying to get her back to sick bay.
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen. Oh, you already skipped it. I'd never seen that happen to any other cap. That right there. I've never seen that happen to any other captain, admiral, anybody because of a chief medical officer, and that's what this is.
Decker. Matt Decker.
From the motion picture?
No, from the Doomsday Machine. Of course, he beat the crap out of the security guard.
He was clearly crazy. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if no, that was Deckard in the motion picture, right? Is it
no, that was Decker as well. And in the book, it was his son.
It's his son. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so they're like, we don't know who you are.
I love it. She's like, don't you know who I am? And he's like, no, we don't know who you are.
And so meanwhile, they're like, shouldn't she be out by now? And they're like,
they're getting Dalway ready. I'll call this one Dalway. And this is
now this is interesting.
Jane All.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So Janeway is strapped down, and then
this was unexpected.
Yeah, Diviner comes in, and you're thinking he's going to kill her or something.
But I really thought so too. Like when he said, but like Yeah, I really did too. I forget what the exact line was, but I was like, "Oh, Dal's screwed." And then he lets him go.
Yeah, and then he lets her go, and then says that
I'm proud of Dal for not screwing this up like he did every other, because like the diviner doesn't know this isn't Janeway. The diviner thinks this is Janeway until Doofus says something about says Gwen's name, and you can tell after she's ran off, he's like, "How did she know my daughter's name?"
Right.
You know, you saw that in his face without him saying it.
Right.
You know?
But I'm just saying that this was an interesting scene because I was like, why did he let her go? What was his motivation?
Well, he said his motivation. It was to
I know, but I mean,
so
he's being genuine here. That's the only thing that makes sense is that he is
which makes the impact of his I didn't. His death wasn't when I cried, but I almost did. But it was because this scene here made me realize.
You cried.
What?
Nothing.
This scene here really this was the first time I for lack of a better word, I saw humanity in him, or compassion, or love.
Yeah, but I was
just
really surprised by it. I was not.
No, I was too, but we get a payoff later,
Right.
So
this is also the scene that I realized listening to his voice that it was John Noble. Remember, I was asking you if it was John Noble.
Yeah.
When I heard the voice, I was like, wait a minute, I know that voice. So there's a great freeze frame there. It's classic doll look there as he's trying to sneak past the other officers.
Yeah.
And then gets out, and of course realizes he's on the wrong side of the ship, so he has to walk all the way around the ship.
Right.
And I love that he walked past one of the cameras, so on the view screen he's
No, this was funny. This was good. This was the funniest episode. I was surprised this episode.
I actually laughed. I laughed a few times watching.
I'm half tempted, if I had the time, if I lived in my mother's basement like a lot of these freaking internet trolls, I would take this episode and I would edit it to add in canned laugh tracks from like I Love Lucy or some shit at certain points, because it was like that.
Yeah, this was one of those laugh out moments when it's like dolls walking across a camera on the outside.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Can we do something about this?"
Which also it was kind of what led to the whole reason Dalway had to phaser Janal at the end of this episode, to do the Freaky Friday body switch back thing,
So they couldn't beam her, so they made.
And here we go, we're jumping off.
Yeah, they're making the jump.
I thought it was clever how they used Murph here.
Yeah, Murph is a tether.
I didn't even think of that. I thought they were just going to both jump and then they were going to transport Dal back, but instead they used Murph as a...
that was a good idea, using Murph as a tether.
Yeah.
And then but then the other factor beam.
Please put up Gorilla's last comment on the screen, please. It's in all caps. There we go. Hey, Gorilla, I can only guess that means you'll do that for me, and I thank you for doing so, sir. Laugh track this up. Laugh track it up, buddy.
And so they do the body swap back.
Yeah.
And they're like,
you skipped over. They did a whole like Freaky Friday flashy thingy. Remember?
I can. It's hard to get the exact spot. I'm sorry.
I understand. It's all good. It's not like you could have wrote down the timestamp while you were watching it, so later when we do our show, because I take notes. You not take this seriously? Take it seriously? Okay, I see how it is. It's fine.
I'm gonna slap you. Anyway. So they do swap back, and then they're like, well, thank goodness now, everything's going to be cool, because even though we're facing down a bunch of enemy starships, look at that. That's a beautiful shot.
Oh, dude, the next episode, I even wrote in all caps, ship porn. Oh my God. The next,
every class of ship, just every freaking class of ship.
Yeah, dude. They even. I don't know.
Excelsior class ships. I was disappointed.
I don't even remember if it was the next episode or the 20th episode. They show a shot of the Defiant flying like mid screen, and you see its name, so there's no mistaking. Because I remember earlier in the episode, I was like, "Is that the Defiant?" And then they show another shot where you see it says USS Defiant. So they even sent the Defiant out here. It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
But
see, Thomas Potts says the same thing. Yeah.
So
you didn't see an Excelsior class?
I didn't notice it was an Excelsior. Did you?
Well, no, I was too busy.
We did see the USS Sovereign, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
But the
that was the one that came after the second wave.
Yeah,
they're like, what?
Yeah,
we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's in the next episode.
Anyway, but yeah, beautiful shot of all these ships. But the I love the it was mostly second wave ships, meaning like we got a bunch of Akira class. We got
well, that right there, that looks class. Like
we got.
There's like at least 2 or 3 that look like the Reliant. There's a couple that look like the NX-01. I'm pointing. Oh, you can't see me. Damn it. Kind of the top left-ish area. At least the way the nacelles look.
Are you talking about like this?
No, the one below. Well, maybe that or the one. No.
Oh gosh, I'm
trying by his head.
What's the name of this class? Because we see a bunch.
That, the one by his head. Are those the same?
Yeah, this is the same.
Okay,
you see a bunch of these.
Yeah. What are those?
Help me out, Thomas. What's this class of ship? I'm trying to remember what it is.
Centaur. He said Centaur class.
Yeah, Centaur class.
Okay, cool.
See a bunch of them.
It's a bunch of Centaur classes out here. Because, like, look, even at like, damn it, you can't see where I'm pointing.
Yeah, when we see a bunch of Centaur class, we get
there are a bunch of them here. Like, look, screw this. So here, look, no, here you see his head go up and to the right. That one over here. That one. You know, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
man.
The Centaur class is like that's the dominant ship of this fleet right now.
Yeah. Like, why is that? That was weird.
I don't know. It's just, I guess, what was available at the time.
Yeah.
But we see a few Sovereign class ships. Fortunately, only the one dumbass Janeway class ship. You know, the Dauntless.
The Fat Albert one. So what is this? In between Jacob and Dahl, is that like to me it almost looks like the NX-01 Enterprise. What is that? Can you tell?
I can't tell from this shot, but that might be one of the Sovereigns.
Really? Okay. Yeah, it could be, I guess. Yeah, because it's so far out.
It's hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah.
But the
I go by the nacelle placement. You know what I mean?
Right. But that one, it looks like the nacelles are in your classic Constitution type position.
Yeah. So yeah.
Voyager's in
Voyager, yes. Stanley, yes.
But but yeah, it was just nice seeing these are all classic Starship designs. None of this
So above Gwen, the ship highest above Gwen.
Right here, that's a Sovereign right there.
I can't see. What are you pointing at? What do you mean? Which one?
Oh, sorry.
The further, that one. That's a Sovereign. Okay,
that's a Sovereign right there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So there, but yeah, just a wonderful shot. But yeah, so they're all like, well, thank goodness we got the Admiral on our side. And
then Dal's like,
they might think she's crazy.
Well, he doesn't say that until the next episode. They end this episode with like, about that.
And then the Admiral's like, whew, well,
crap. I'm in the brig. Dude, I took a note about this. So, hey, we've gone an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to go to the little boys' room while you tell everybody who this week's sponsor is for the show. And if we don't have one, make one up and be funny for 2 minutes.
Well, it's funny you should say that because we actually do have a sponsor this week. Today's sponsor is prescription drugs. Prescription drugs. Only take prescription drugs. Not the kind of crap that Danny takes. Because Danny's drugs make you lose your memory. Thank you. That's our
Oh, yeah. Give me that song.
Who did a fleet better, Lower Decks or Prodigy?
Ooh, and Arabic, thank you so much. $2 super chat. Who did a fleet better, Lower Decks or Prodigy? I would have to say Prodigy. In fact, I'll say this, and some people are going to give me some shade for this for sure. When we get into the fleet stuff here in the next 2 episodes, Prodigy has some of the best fleet stuff we've seen in Trek, period. So, yeah, I think Prodigy did it incredibly well as far as if you're going to have a big fleet combat situation. Now, granted, I still think the ships are way too close together, but I think that, yeah, Prodigy did a great job. And we'll get to that as soon as when Danny gets back and we start talking about the actual combat in episode 19. CC says Danny agrees. But yeah. And Arabic says this stream is brought to you by Nebula Coffee. Yes, there's coffee in that Nebula. Try Nebula Coffee.
No, I could. So when I went to whenever I leave, I unplug my thing and I turn up real loud,
so you can hear it.
So and my bathroom's just like maybe 20
Well, first
feet.
of all, you're gonna say the
supercharged.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So, Arabic
so when I heard you say like, oh, did you not read it yet? I thought you read it.
Yeah, I did, but yeah,
Okay.
he was just asking who did fleets better, Lower Decks versus Prodigy.
Dude, no, a Prodigy, like we haven't got there yet, and hopefully he'll find some good stills. Oh my God. Like I was literally, sorry, cover your ears, Mom. Dick in hand. I heard what you said and I yelled really loud, baby, tell him I agree. It's not crazy. Cause you said something like I'm going to get a lot of flack for this or heat or whatever you said, shade. I think you said I'm going to get a lot of shade for this. Yeah. But no, man, I totally agree. It's gorgeous, man. There's like 30, 40, 50 ships.
Well, let's get into
in the part where they go to the evasive maneuver Z and they're like, that shit is gorgeous, man.
Well, he says evasive maneuvers Z as in 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Not evasive.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. He was talking to 0.
Supernova Part 1. So, which is really, this is like their best of both worlds Part 1, really.
Dude, who said that earlier? Somebody in the chat said that earlier. It's like, great. Right. This episode is one of the best Star Trek cliffhangers ever. It really is. And I never thought I'd say that about a freaking cartoon.
It's too bad the Armada is led by the ugliest ship. They just, I mean, basically, the creators of this show were just like, yeah, we know Enterprise D is really ugly, so hold my beer. We're going to make something ugly.
I'm telling you, I got to look up that. I was hoping he'd remember his name. I got to look it up. I'm sorry, Gorilla. I try to, I'm from the 90s, I was raised on Howard Stern. I mean, I was born in the 70s, but my formative years, my teenage college years were in the 90s. So I go for that shock.
We didn't really need to know that.
That's true. That's true. I apologize. You know what? You snowflakes always making me apologize and take sensitivity.
It's not a snowflake thing. It's just
I apologize. I apologize. You're right. You're right. It's like a basic, decent human, couth thing. You're right.
Right. So now, like looking at this shot, just so you can see. So we have the ugly class ship here in the middle, right? So these two.
So that looks far right. Looks like a Constitution class, doesn't it? Far right.
What we have here, we have 2 Centaur class ships here.
Yeah, over there. Right. No, right. I don't know. No, they look very different.
No, these are Centaur class ships. Or no, I'm sorry. This is a Centaur class ship. This ship and this ship are Akira class.
And is that not a Constitution class over there on the far right?
No.
You don't think so? It looks kind of like a Constitution class.
No. I think this might be, let's see if we can roll it a little bit if it moves. No, it's not moving.
Yeah. They just really want to focus on that mushroom-headed ugly ship for some reason. It's like, ugh.
It might be either it might be a sovereign at just a really odd angle.
Oh my God, Gorilla's terrible. Did you see Gorilla's comment?
What?
The lead ship looks like
The girl you pick up and laugh. That's for a ship. Yeah, I guess I could. I would say that's probably a sovereign just at a really odd angle. Because look at the warp nacelles. If you look carefully at the warp nacelles, it's got that sovereign look for the front of the nacelles. I think that.
Yeah. You think that's a sovereign? It's just far off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are there even is Constitution? Thomas might know this. Is Constitution class like not around anymore in this era?
No, Connie's not in service at this point.
It's not.
Although apparently in Picard season 3, there's a Constitution 3. That's what the Titan is.
Oh, I can't. Oh my God, that's
so
good.
So that's going to be the next Connie.
Oh my God. At the end, if we have time, I was on a live stream or a private stream today with people who have seen all of the Picard episodes, but they were only allowed to talk about the first 6 because it was private, because they were recording it to release tomorrow because the embargo lifts tomorrow. And oh my God, I got so much cool stuff to share with you, bro. That it's so exciting. Like I can't wait to, even if it's after the show, like privately.
All right. But for right now, let's continue talking about this show.
Yes, sorry. Let's go.
All right, so moving on. So Janeway's trying to convince.
I like this scene a lot.
Yeah. And I had to look it up to see.
I wrote down a quote. You skipped this part.
Yeah.
So the Zero talks about hot wiring the ship.
Yes.
After, dude, you skipped over Admiral Jericho's cameo. And it was the actual actor.
No, it goes straight. It goes. This is the first scene in the episode.
Is it?
Yes.
I wrote my notes out of order. Okay, my bad. Okay.
Hey,
okay. Oh, that scene hasn't happened yet. This is the girl. This is the Brunari girl from later. Yeah, I love that next part with.
Yeah, this is the very first scene in the episode. Is Janeway is begging her to let her out of jail.
Yeah.
And she's explaining that no, you are deemed unfit for duty.
Look at that. Look at that. Tell me, wait a minute. Is that really look this you're not the one in the middle, basically. That looks just like the NX-01. What you're telling me that which one? No. In the middle.
That?
Yeah, doesn't that look like the
No,
that looks like
that is a you made me forget what it's called again. I already said it.
No, Thomas already told us, but like I feel bad because
not the Centaur. That's the
doesn't that look like the NX-01 Enterprise though?
It's kind of similar design, but it's a much more advanced design. It's the it's an anti-Borg ship, and now I'm forgetting what it's called.
And then what do we got over there? We got what? Sorry, Akira.
Can't believe you made me forget.
Akira
class,
Akira class. And then to the right of that, we've got like a souped-up Voyager, basically.
Well, no, that's Janeway's Dauntless.
Oh, is that the Dauntless? Oh, it looks a lot better from the side.
Yeah, it looks better from this angle. Yeah, I know. At some point, we see a Galaxy class. If you look.
I think that's what this one over here in the yes, that one right there.
That might be a Galaxy class.
I think, that looks like a Galaxy class.
Sovereign down at the bottom. That's clearly a Sovereign saucer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
dude, all of this. Oh, this ain't nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet,
yeah,
folks.
No,
there's a shot where like the whole screen is filled with like at least 50 ships. Yeah.
And it looks like they're right outside of Mars here, because that is clearly a picture of Mars.
Yeah.
So that's like right on Earth's doorstep.
Yeah, which is why they sent their armada, dude. Yeah.
Anyway, so then so they're trying to figure out what to do, and they're like,
Brian brings up a good point. You sure it's not Vulcan? Because those do.
You could argue that it's Vulcan, but it's got the polar ice caps. The image, it looks like an image of Mars. I mean,
I thought it was Mars. So, but I'm just.
It looks like they never say.
They don't. Yeah, they just say it's Federation space right outside of Earth, and relatively speaking, Vulcan could be in Federation. I mean, is in Federation space, but I don't think it's right outside of Earth. So I don't know. God, that's an ugly ship.
Yeah, just flat ugly. All right, there you go. There's
There
Joey.
we go. There's Admiral Jericho. There we go. It's the same dude. That was
Yeah.
so cool.
There's Ronnie Cox.
Yeah.
Good old 80-plus-year-old Ronnie Cox.
Hey man, I popped. Like John Cena came out. I was like, woohoo!
Yeah.
They brought him back.
Well, the
That's what I love
nice
about
thing is he
cartoons, man.
probably recorded it from his living room.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And then, all right. So then, shortly after this is where Zero's like, "We'll hotwire it."
Yeah, that's true. Gorilla says it couldn't be Vulcan because the Vulcan ships don't show up till later.
Yeah. It had to be Mars.
Meanwhile, yeah, she's, evil Gwen is, working on her evil plan. And they're all sitting around trying to, getting ready to take down the shields and board the ship.
Yeah. Did you notice how evil Gwen wears MMA gloves? Did they ever what was up with that? That was weird. Did you notice that?
Evil people wear gloves. Didn't you know that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Khan did, on one hand, but yeah.
So you notice that Dolph wearing gloves
on both hands. He's not even.
Well, we'll see that in season 2. It turns out he's evil. Yeah.
Well, he's a damn dirty augment. So whatever.
Anyway, it'll turn out he's from the mirror universe.
Arabic, I totally agree. That was a great. That was a cameo I never expected to ever see in my life. So I agree, 100%. Because at first, I don't know how you felt. At first, in Next Gen, when he took over,
he's best captain ever in Next Gen.
Dude, yeah, when he took over and had his button heads with Riker, at first you think he's a dick, but by the end of that story arc, before he leaves, at least me anyway, you really like that guy. He's a great captain.
And you know what? For the rest of the run of that show, Troy wore a freaking uniform.
Yeah.
So
because he was right. Damn it! I believe in Jellicoe.
Anyway, so you know what? There's a shirt for you. Jellicoe did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so they're working on hot wiring the ship so that they can, do something. Because they don't want to get boarded because, they know that if they get boarded, they'll open up comms. If they open up comms, then they're all going to die. Not them, of course, but, the rest of the
sorry. I was laughing at Brian's comment, not at what you said. I apologize.
Oh. And got rid of the fish tank in the captain. Yeah. What a jerk. There's the Defiant there. You can see.
Yeah, but there's actually a shot where you see its name.
Yeah.
Because it comes dead center up between the, they prominently show it. Anyway.
So
this is where shit gets gnarly. It's right. But I didn't get to say what I want to say. I actually wrote it down. So after Zero says, he's going to hotwire the ship, and he tells the Tellarite, damn it, is it Pog? Anyway, tells the Tellarite what to do.
Pog.
Huh?
Jankum Pog. That's the Tellarite.
Jankum. Yeah, Jankum. So he tells Jankum what to do, and then Jankum goes, he does it, and he says, "That's the slippery dipsy doodle." Yeah. And then Dahl goes, "Great work, except for that name." I thought it was so cool. I wrote that down. It was really funny.
So the slippery dipsy doodle. I wanted to talk about that, but we'll get to that in just a minute because we're just now getting into the combat.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't the slippery dipsy doodle what got him into the combat, or is that what gets him out?
No, that's a little bit into it here. So
okay.
So they finally get control of the ship. They start doing some evasive maneuvers, and that's when everybody starts shooting at them. Because at first it's just the Dauntless shooting at them to just bring down their shields. But once they start evading the Dauntless, then everybody starts opening up on them. But since their ship is so maneuverable and so small in comparison to all the other ships, they're basically evading most of their attacks.
Well, they even show like when he does. I don't like.
Here's a
when he
great
says,
shot. Look at the relative sizes here.
Yeah. Oh man, that is. Oh. Dude, I literally, like I said, I literally wrote great shit porn. And after there's a part where like the score for a kid show is amazing in these 2 episodes, man. Right before they kiss, the battle scene right before they kiss, the score is so good. I don't know if you noticed it, but this is one of those scores I could throw on my Spotify playlist and listen to like I do, you know.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Voyager and Next Gen, and you know, it's like, yeah, I liked it a lot.
Look at that. Oh, there is an Excelsior. Right there.
Yeah, see, I told you, man. You gotta. I hope you find the one with the Defiant, because it's like very clear. God, you can't see what I'm doing in the middle of the screen, just like that. Like it's just USS Defiant. Hey, baby, want to say hi?
Hi.
You wanna? No. Okay. She just said hi.
I think that shot there, that overhead shot, was when they did the slippery dipsy doodle. So
okay.
I really, really detest the slippery dipsy doodle, and I'll tell you why. Not because of the name. The name was the name was stupid. I agree. I agree with Dog.
But it looks so good because they show the ship weaving in and out of phaser shots.
The ship goes up and then drops down, and then
that wasn't the that wasn't the slippery dipsy doodle. That was that was when Dahl says, like, you know, go to, like, you know, he gave a coordinate. He said like go to Mark 270 or something like that, and that's when they did the Top Gun, hit the brakes, they'll fly right by.
And then he goes, and that's what I call the slippery dipsy doodle.
Was it right after that?
It was right after that.
You know, I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to believe you, because hey, is that a Galaxy class up there at the top left?
It might. Yeah, right. I think right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Might be, yeah. But the
Aravic says it's the Frisbee class.
But my problem there is that's a maneuver that biplanes do. It's an aerial maneuver. And the only way that works is if you're in gravity, because it involves cutting your engines and falling.
Well, maybe they just like reversed engines. I don't know, man.
It doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm saying.
We got 30 minutes and another amazing episode to go through. Come on.
I know. Let's go. But here's what I do really like about this whole combat.
I mean, I'll go overtime, but I'm going to take a break again if we do.
Right. But let me say this. As they're zipping around, all unlike Sacrifice of Angels, as much as I know people love that episode, and the other Deep Space Nine battles, unlike, I'm not going to even bring up the Discovery crap. But
while you're talking, can you just like click like play 3 seconds, talk, pause, play 3 seconds? Oh God, look at that. That's so sexy. Oh my God.
Well, notice.
Oh, and of course you pause it on these bitches. Oh, anyway.
Jeez, man. You're a mean guy.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's sexier.
Unlike in all of those battles, the only ship that's zipping around is the Protostar. And the Protostar is a tiny ship in comparison to every other ship.
Yes.
Even the Defiant is huge in comparison to the Protostar.
I like how they actually show that scale here in this battle.
Right. Well, look at that. The Akira dwarfs the Protostar right here. Right? Look at that size difference right there. That's massive.
Well, it's also hard. Well, I mean, I agree with you that I do think the Protostar is that small, but I also think this shot, the perspective is hard to tell. You know what I mean?
Right, but when you see it zipping out, like the like, if you consider that the Defiant is significantly larger than the Protostar, and the Defiant is like the smallest starship, so.
Sorry, Brian. Look at I love your audience, man. It is Freaky Friday. Yeah. Anyway,
but you see, what I like is these big ships are moving like big ships.
Yeah.
That's what they're supposed to do.
No,
They're
exactly. Well, that's why the Defiant could whip in and out of stuff, and if the Protostar is the same size or
is even
smaller,
slow in comparison to the Protostar.
right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. So yeah,
and so I really, really like the fact that the scale is on par for this episode, more so than we normally see in any of these space battles in Trek.
dude, this was more Star Wars than Star Wars, like in a good way, not in a bad. Because later I have a note. I have a note that's like a Star Wars. What I mean is, there's actually spaceships in space, like in lots of them, shooting at each other. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God, there's the Defiant right there. You got it. You got it. See that, guys? Yeah. USS Defiant right there.
See, and the Defiant is the only ship that even has a prayer of trying to maneuver with it, but even it can't keep up with it.
Don't skip ahead. You can play it for like 5 seconds without getting in trouble, right? With no sound. Just let it play for like 3 to 5 seconds. Look at that. Oh God, look at that. Oh yeah.
You see that? Though? It's like
yeah, it's tiny. Yeah.
So and just like that, they lost the Defiant.
Yeah.
And so, the Defiant was the most maneuverable starship.
Nice little ship.
Yeah.
Little.
Well, now the Defiant is a monster compared to the Protostar. Right. So but I like the fact that this is the first big Starfleet engagement that they actually got the scale right.
Brian, that's a good question. I don't know what that is. He was saying, being salty, pronouns pal, he was trying to say that was the one I mistook for the Reliant. What was that one again? The
Centaur class?
No, the Centaur was the one I was...
Or the Akira class?
No, it might have been the Akira. No, the Akira class was the one I was mistaken. I thought it was the NX-01. Anyway... I don't know, because I don't think because I'd never seen nacelles look that thin before either. So there's if you back up a little bit out there in space,
the Centaur class you can see in the window right here.
Yeah, but a couple clips ago, there's a ship with really skinny nacelles, like when all the other nacelles are kind of round and bigger. And there's one that would like that right there, like you see, it's just like a line. It's just like and there's a better shot of it early. Oh, there it is. Over that one right there. Yeah,
that's the Centaur. It's got
that is the Centaur.
The pylons are just longer than most of them.
But look at the nacelles are so skinny.
It gives the nacelles the illusion of being longer and skinnier because they're further.
Okay. No, Aravic is saying it's the Centaur class. Okay. Yeah, well, Brian, there you go. Okay, answer.
And see, if you look at the Akira, the nacelles are tucked in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and they're fatter. Not in a bad. I just mean those are just so.
If you look at the nacelles on the Akira, they're more like the nacelles on the Enterprise D. Here's the closer.
It's like the nacelles. It was like if the NX-01 had the Enterprise D's nacelles.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about that. Anyway.
So here they finally lose. They lose shields and engines, and they're kind of screwed. And so we get our, the moment where Gwen and Dahl are talking, and she was gonna. She's going to grab the guns and say, okay, I'm going to defend against borders. And
man, these guys suck. Hold up. Sorry. I mean, in a good way. My buddies are at I wish I lived in LA. All my friends that live in LA are at the Picard season premiere at the Chinese Ramen Theater right now. And they're posting about it on Twitter, and it's driving me nuts. Sorry.
Don't be watching Twitter while you're doing a live stream. How about that?
Hold up. I'm not watching Twitter. I have Windows 11.
Obviously you are.
No. I have Windows 11, and I get these little annoying pop-up notifications.
Hey, you know what? There's a little thing called Do Not Disturb mode. You turn that on. Yeah.
Let me on Windows. Let me see.
Yes.
I've never seen that. Where? How do I do that? Tell me how to do that.
You go to your notifications.
Oh, Do Not Disturb.
And turn all those off.
Well, thank you. I never knew that. I just learned something new. I just got Windows 11 a couple days ago. So, all right. Thank you. My notifications are off now. My bad.
Yeah, I leave it on Do Not Disturb on Windows all the time.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And let's see.
So have we gotten to the? I want to before we get to the. I think we're about to get there.
Oh, Thomas wanted me to show because he's got a really nice picture. This is a good picture of the Centaur, courtesy of Thomas.
Okay, there you go, Brian. Yeah, those are some skinny ass nacelles, man. Those are yeah.
The nacelles, if you look, are more like the TMP era nacelles, but with glowy bits.
Yeah, they're so skinny. So all right on.
But with those really long pylons, it just makes it accentuated.
Yeah.
Like it seems like to me, like if you took those nacelles and you brought them up close to the saucer, it would look a lot better.
Hey, Pot says for you to check your Skype.
That's
Brian
on Skype.
Is that where this? Okay, cool. And yeah, hey, Brian, that's what we're all about, man. Before we get to, is this about to be the awkward kiss? I can't tell because before we. Okay, so I just want to say because I wrote notes here because I can't see the time stamp. I even wrote timestamps. Hey, mouse over. Can I see what time you're at? Does that do that?
Right now
I can't see it. What is that?
Approximately 8:31, but my time is a little off from what you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right before the awkward kiss, I'm telling you, some of the best Star Trek orchestral score I've ever heard. It was so good. I'm going to hunt out the score to this series, and it better freaking be available because I love the score from this episode and the next episode. I just want to say that.
And you're right. That is a Excelsior saucer section. That could have been I didn't even think about it. It could have been that saucer that I was looking at when I thought it was an Excelsior.
All right. Well, let's get to the awkward kiss.
Right. So this was kind of funny. So she was going to go defend against Borders, and he was like, and he comes out, and so he was going to he grabs the gun, and she was like, well, wait, there's something I need to tell you, and you should hear it from me. And so he's like, okay. And then he kisses her.
Because he thinks she's gonna be like, I love you. Right. And that wasn't it at all.
And she's like, what the heck? And he's like, oh, I thought we were having a moment.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get slapped. But yeah, I loved how he was like, I thought we were having a moment. I thought yeah.
And she's like, no, I was trying to tell you that Starfleet doesn't take augments.
So here's the thing. Right after she says that, I wrote this down. This is literally wrote. Dal just won me over with the line, if I can't join Starfleet, I'll make sure you guys can. And that's when he's like,
that was where he became
that's where he won me over. That moment right there.
Yeah. Well, at that moment, he became captain of the ship.
Yeah. Totally.
He was like, okay, he is officially the person who is like, you know what? I don't give a crap about myself. I care about my crew.
Yes. Yes. And no, that's when he won me over. I literally, so good.
So he said, you get back to the bridge. I'm going to make sure that, my crew is okay. Now, not only that, but then he gets the rest of the crew and it's like, okay, we're going to make sure nobody gets to the bridge. And so, and they get ready to repel the Borders. So then evil Gwyn, there's a look.
Bitch. Yeah. Look at that. That's a good pause, man.
Like they couldn't figure out she was evil just from that look.
Right? I mean, she looks like a villain.
But she's getting in the transporter and then she stupidly transforms before, but I get it. She was gonna kill them all anyway. But
here we're about to come up to the point where I wrote totally Star Wars and not in a good way, WTF. And that's what this guy, this in the middle.
Well, yeah, he was that all along.
I know, and that just takes me out of it, man.
We've talked about this before. The design for General Grievous was just so badly ripped.
The fact that you're calling him General Grievous proves my fucking point. It was terrible. Like I just don't get it. Sorry, I dropped the F-bomb.
Okay. Yeah, so General Grievous is
Do we? What's it? He was what's his name? Dreadnought or something like that? Like you call him?
I just call him General Grievous.
General Grievous. Fair enough.
Because that's what he was the first time. That's what he is now. He's just General Grievous. I don't understand why they didn't come up with. I mean, if they're going to do some kind of battle droid,
they could have made it look different, dude. No, like he looks just like here. Like, go ahead a couple.
The only thing they needed to do is have him go, "You Jedi scum."
No, no. Okay, well, here maybe, but a little bit later, he does the little circular like side. He looks like the thing from Phantom Menace.
Right.
That fight.
The droidicas.
Those. He looks like he transforms into something that looks just like that. And I'm like, come on, guys, really? You already look like Clone Wars. Can't you come up with a different looking, bad guy? Do we have to completely blatantly rip off Star Wars? I don't know.
So Dahl gets his pew pew gun, and he's like, "All right, guys, we're gonna defend the bridge. Nobody gets on the bridge. Seal the bridge, and the rest of us are gonna stop anybody that comes on." Now, problem number one: she doesn't seal the bridge. She doesn't even lock the door. I mean, because they just walk onto the bridge later. I mean, it's like,
well, she uses because even though she's transformed into her true form, she's still Starfleet. She uses her Starfleet commands to override things. She did at least twice in the episode.
They would have done something.
Well, they don't know she's a bad guy. Remember, they don't know that she's. They think she's.
But they know that they know that they're not stupid. I mean, you'd think they would. They think that Starfleet is coming. They don't know that she's coming, but they think Starfleet's coming.
Yeah.
So you'd think they would do something like use phasers to seal the door or something.
Something, yeah. Fair. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
I think we're coming up on the scene I'm talking about where Grievous turns into a
so they come in and
this is it. Yeah.
I mean, all they need is for Dahl to whip out a lightsaber.
No shit, right? Yeah, that's all they're missing, and it would totally be Phantom Menace. It's like, what the hell, man?
If Dahl had whipped out a lightsaber here, this would have been Phantom Menace.
Yeah, totally.
But and then this was a pretty cool fight. I will give him that, but this was totally, this did absolutely become a Star Wars show.
No, I'm not kidding, guys. I want you guys to hold up. Where is it? Let me put my finger by it. Look at this. You see where my finger is? Look at that. What does that say?
Totally Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah. That's this scene right here.
Yes. So, except for the fact that there's a little Star Trek symbol on his phaser,
right? It's like, hey guys, no, it's not Star Wars because we put our logo on it.
Yeah, it's Star Wars with the Star Trek logo.
Yeah.
And so there we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm still saying he should be going, "You Jedi filth."
Well, that's because of the way they made his face. It really is I'm surprised Star Wars isn't suing. To be honest with you, I guess it's more than 25% different. So.
Right.
Oh, and this is where she's listening to. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So then they come onto the bridge, and she goes, "Oh, why don't you check to see if the weapon is still working? Like, how could they have possibly done anything? Your weapon is from the future, and they don't."
First of all, how is he so stupid?
Yeah,
like this was like, I lost a lot of respect for this villain, because the second she told him to do this, I was like, oh, I literally said out loud, oh, this bitch is going to turn on him. I literally said that out loud. Like, sorry.
Yeah, he was being stupid. So as soon as he goes downstairs, because she knew that his daughter was up there somewhere. Meanwhile, General Grievous is fighting everybody.
That was the gravity bomb, and he's about to choke this dude. Yeah, I don't. How did Jacob not get crushed? Like, he should have just been like,
well, because
he's like a bug, splat.
Until we find out that freaking Murph is indestructible, Jankum was the second toughest guy on the crew.
All right, man. Like, all I know is I literally like. And then when he didn't get squashed like a bug, I was like, oh. But then I was mad, like, that doesn't make sense because, like, that's a rock. It's
right.
Like
she's the freaking Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that should have like like a bug.
Which, by the way,
Splat.
Marvel should be suing over her design. So,
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so the gravity bomb squishes them. Meanwhile, while he's down there checking, and so she's like, "Hey, who are you?" And then they both whip out their handy dandy, fancy twirly thing.
What is their species called again? Do you remember?
Bad guys.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, after this fight scene, I like what the dad does with the bad guy's sword. But continue.
So they
Hey,
start.
if anybody in the chat knows, please illuminate us.
Yeah, Navi, I think. Oh wait, no,
that's Avatar, bro.
Yeah,
That's totally Avatar.
that's what it should be though. That would be hilarious.
Right? Oh, why? Because she's blue. You
So then they
racist
break out their secret weapon of Murph, and for a
So
few
I literally put. Check it out. It's
Yeah.
so funny you said that. Hold up. What's that say right there where my hand is?
let's see, Murph to the rescue. Yes. Now I liked Murph for being it's like, but they should have led with Murph, to be honest. Murph is supposedly their chief of security.
Okay, what's your complaint now? I'm confused.
Why
what
did
he?
they lead with Murph? Is literally indestructible.
Yeah.
So when
when they get attacked, why
didn't they just like chuck Murph down the hallway at them?
They were hoping these other people could handle it. They know Murph is their. Don't you know anything about the caboose, man? They know Murph is their secret weapon. They want to keep him with the most valuable assets, protecting the most important thing, because he's the end of level boss. That's how I saw it.
See, Murph is this cute little baby looking thing. So here's what you do. You have like the bad guys, these big mean looking bad guys are there. And then you have Murph just come running down the hallway going, "Hey!" And they're like, "What is this?" And then you have Murph like completely destroy them.
I mean, I can see it both ways. I mean, that's, yeah. So, I didn't know what that word meant, gorilla, until I looked it up, and I hate you for putting that into my Google search history now. You asshole.
What?
I'm not going to tell you because I want you to suffer the same fate as me by having that in your Google search history. Whatever, I don't even know how to say that word.
Adiophilia?
Yeah. Like, just don't Google it. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like
It's a fear of something.
no, it's a fetish.
Oh,
It's a fetish. If it was phobia, it would be a fear. It's philia, so it's a fetish.
Phobia.
Yeah.
Philia. Okay. What is gorilla being a freak now?
I mean, hey man, if that's what trips your trigger, brother.
Of course, you're the one that started out talking about putting your junk in your hand, and
I was taking a piss. That's how it works. It's
that's
biology.
not what you were talking about. You were talking about watching this episode.
No, I wasn't. I said that I was in the. Never mind.
No, you were graphically discussing about how when you first saw this episode, how excited you were. So you whipped it out and were.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're taking.
Now you're going to deny it. After
I don't know. The only time I ever mentioned touching myself was when I was referring to going to the bathroom when I heard you say something that made me yell out loud to Cece
in the chat. Him, did he or did he not refer to touching himself about how excited he was about all the ship porn in this episode?
Oh, the ship porn part. Okay. Yeah. I even apologized to my mom. I told my mom to close her ears. I said,
yes, you did.
Hey, man.
See, you got to stop.
Show are so.
You got to.
Hey, man, I haven't even had a cigarette in almost 2 hours. It's killing me.
I know, but you know what?
A bong.
The problem is that it has long-term effects. You gotta. You're proving it right now. Don't try to deny it. You're proving it.
Hey, here I'm to quote Eminem. You see, children, drugs are bad, and if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe him, ask your mom.
You can stop now.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so Murph jumps around, slaps his own butt for some reason, and that was stupid. I mean, because he should have just gone on the attack instead of showing off.
What was stupid? What?
That he was jumping around and like going blah, 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 and slapping his own butt and stuff. He should have been attacking him.
Oh, come! It's a kid's show. That was funny. I mean, I
get that, but at the same time, from a strategery sense,
what is Gorilla talking about? Never mind. Don't share it. Don't. I just got it. A second after I asked. Okay.
All right. So then Murph finally attacks, but
get to the part that almost made me cry. Damn it! Hurry it up.
Well, Murph is indestructible. You can actually hurt him by freezing him. So he throws him against the wall, freezes him.
Yes.
So basically,
we've got Doll trapped by the neck on the wall.
All of them are incapacitated. Basically.
Yeah, we've got Zero. He threw something on Zero's head to incapacitate him. We've got Murph frozen to the wall, and we've got the grenade or the gravity bomb keeping the. Yeah. So here's what I don't get. Why didn't Grievous kill them all? Like, he's got them all dead to rights. Just go over there and like puncture. Like, you see, he's got a little scorpion tail. Why not puncture their skulls and then leave? Like, I don't know.
Because kids show.
Fair enough.
Kids
you got that.
Okay.
Okay. No, he gets the song reference I was doing.
Okay. Danny's on drugs. Okay.
I'm not, dude.
Then
I gave you my word. He's enforcing that word. And in 8 minutes, I'm taking my union break because this was only supposed to be 2 hours to smoke a cigarette because I hadn't had a cigarette in like over 2 hours. But I'm gonna let us finish this show.
All right. Well,
this episode, and then.
All right. So then the fight continues for some reason.
This bitch, man, dude, she's like. What's her deal, man? Like, I wish they'd have given us more of her motivation.
Well, she's just a mustache twirling villain. This is unfortunately one of the weaker parts of the show is that she just kind of shows up to be a irredeemable villain, so that we
hold up, Gorilla. I've seen South Park. The Eminem song was used. It sampled things from South Park, so maybe you were referencing South Park while I was referencing Eminem, and we both didn't realize it, but we both had a moment. So why don't you just like leave good enough alone instead of trying to throw me under the bus? But anyway, back to this, mustache twirling villain with no backstory.
Well, the problem is that since they wanted to humanize the diviner, which I think they did a good job with, they did
a great job with, and that I have a note later when we get to that because that's after this part. Yeah,
right. But in order to do that, they had to add another villain, and they didn't give her a backstory.
Yeah, all we know is like because she just says like
she's just another.
I was sent to, and I infiltrated Starfleet, and I'm here to help you, and that's it. Like, come on, man! Like, he gave us a lot of motivation. You know what I mean? He gave it like
right. But we just met her a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, like he gave us at least 15, 16 episodes worth of motivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we got like 5 minutes of motivation from her. Like they could have given her an episode, give her a whole episode. Like what's wrong with that? What do you think? Like, shouldn't she have gotten at least the whole episode?
I agree. We should have gotten more from her, but we'll get into that once we get through the last episode here.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on here. We're never going to get through this. So the diviner comes up.
We'll get through it. We're just going to have overtime. So and he's going to let me play in it. Oh,
the diviner comes up. He's got her daughter by the throat at this point.
Look at look at like the animation is so good. Do we know the studio doing this? They're so like look at his face. Look at his face.
I don't know who does the actual animation.
I want to know the studio that does this because if it's the same as Star Wars Clone Wars, like then I don't want to know. Actually,
I doubt that. I really doubt that.
Okay.
Because even though, it could be just because, Disney does own Lucasfilm Well, no, this isn't. No, because
This is Paramount. This is
never
CBS
mind.
Paramount. Yeah.
Yeah. So never mind. But yeah. So I don't know.
Aravic. I get that, but for her to be the big baddie she is, I want a little.
Same motivation. His is more personalized. We got to know him.
Yeah,
we never got to know her except that. Oh yeah, she's there too.
Would it have killed them to give us just one episode, just 20 solid minutes of her motivation? Like, I don't know anything about her. Self-censored there. I don't know anything about her. And if they'd have just given us like some backstory, some flashbacks, just like an episode of just like what motivates
show us her whole story of her infiltrating Starfleet.
Yes, and they could have done that in one 20-minute episode, and they didn't. Instead, we got, like that garbage episode from like last week that we talked about. Like we could have totally dropped that and
you don't remember at all.
Look, I remember the last 10 minutes or 5. I remember the Janeway part. Okay, so
yeah, you don't remember.
No, I remember the Janeway part because
you remember us talking about the Janeway part.
No, but you know what's great about YouTube? I can go back and watch it. So, yeah. It's also the most terrible thing about YouTube is that anybody can go back and watch it. So don't worry, Mom. I'm never going to run for political office. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, no, he definitely will never run.
They need look no further than the Salty Trekker YouTube channel.
And if he does ever run for political office, I will make sure that he doesn't win.
You dick. Love you too, bro. Love you too.
Anyway, so yeah, if he ever runs for political office, just give me some money. I'll give you everything you need to make sure he doesn't win.
First of all, I would never do that. Ever.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And second of all, Brian, I challenge Salty to make that poll right now in the YouTube.
Well, you have more notes, but hey, shut up.
No, it doesn't matter who's got more notes because I'm like, ooh, look, a squirrel. I got my mom here busted. My mom is even busting my balls. Look at that. My mom is even. So don't be scared. Throw up a poll.
Not putting up a poll. We're already far enough behind. You're the one complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Man, if you gave me admin rights, I could do this shit for you.
Poll, and we're already behind.
No, I don't want you to. Brian McFarlane.
Me too.
All right, I tell you what, Brian. If you throw Mike a super sticker or a super chat, and I think a super sticker is as cheap as 99 cents, he'll do the poll. If you don't, he won't. Okay. What'd you say?
I appreciate you speaking for me.
No, I'm just saying, you got mad about it. So I was like, all right, cool. If he really wants the poll, he can put his money where his mouth is and at least give you $1. You know what I mean? And if he's not willing to give you $1, then F it. Like, we'll let's just go on for now. Anyway. So these chicks already had their fight. She got bested. He's about to come on, man. Let's get to the part that made like, come on. Because I actually wrote before he actually died. I wrote, "Father dies," but he actually didn't die until about 3 minutes later. Are you there? Did I lose you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like how you watch Squirrel win, you fucker. All right. Come on. He's about to die in like 2 seconds.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So she's got it by the throat, says, okay, hit the button to open up comms. And he throws his dagger at her, but she blocks it. And so she throws it back at him, and he's an idiot and doesn't block it. So it stabs him and he goes down, and he's like, and goes, and
dude, I didn't cry, but it did kind of hit me, especially when it like the way she reacted to it. So this was good. Like, and I bet you.
So when he said, "I have been and always shall be your father,"
He did not say that, first of all. But no, think about it. If this is a weighty segment in this episode, because this is made for kids.
Yeah.
Imagine you've got kids. You got 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if they watch this, like, in the demographic for this is like 8 to 12, maybe something like that.
Official.
It's young, before preteen. This would make them cry. Hell, it almost made me cry. I'm a grown ass man. I feel like if a kid watched this, they'd cry. What do you think?
Could if they cared about him.
Not him. If you care about her,
or you care about.
I don't give a shit about this dude. I care about Gwen.
Kids emotionally involved. Well, it's just like, but and it's not that kids can't handle. I mean, like, heck, Bambi's mom dies, and spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen Bambi. But Bambi's mom dies. Nemo has thousands of brothers and sisters that die. There are lots of deaths in really good children's programming.
No, and I get that. Dude, trust me, I get that. That's probably why I'm such a sap, because I grew up watching so much negative, depressing Bambi type stuff.
Right.
But anyway, I put here, father dies, but I guess he's redeemable. And then I put he evaporates, but that happens later.
Yeah.
Because he's actually not dead yet. So
he is dying.
He's dying. Yes.
Yes.
Ship out of danger. Aravic, you know me too well. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
So meanwhile, they're trying to figure out what's going on over on the ship. Janeway is coming back onto the bridge, and they're like, "Hey, we're getting a signal." And Janeway's like, "No, don't answer."
And of course they do.
Yeah. And for some reason, it flips all the windows red.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was weird. I get the nacelles.
Are you crying now?
No, man. I mean, I was. That's why I hate. You can't just evoke that scene. Aravic, stop, man. Okay.
Aravic, don't be mean to him now. And Brian wants to know, what if the animated guys did the Wrath of Khan?
I just saw that. That's why I came back. I would, I would put myself through that to see it. I think that would be good. I think it'd look really good.
So for some reason, all the ships turn red when they're infected with the virus. I know it's just a visual cue.
And look, there's the Defiant. There's what is it?
It's a Sovereign class.
Yeah, we don't know what it is, but here's my thing: the nacelles turning red makes sense. The windows, come on, man, come on, man. What is it? Biden says.
Hey, come on, man. No, actually, I would see the windows turning red before the nacelles, because the windows.
Really?
Yeah,
because that just means the interior lights are turning red.
Right, which would be like if the entire ship went to red alert, the lighting would go red inside the ship. However, the nacelles, that's the plasma in the warp engines. It wouldn't change color.
Yeah. And Mike Richards, he's not evil just because he made me cry, because if you ask the salty nerds, apparently it ain't hard to make me cry. So it's all good.
It's not.
F you, man. Anyway.
So...
Continue.
And then
Jesus,
Janeway,
we're only halfway through this episode, and we still have one more to go. I need to smoke, man. Come on, hurry it up.
And so Janeway's like freaking out, trying to get everything shut off, but it's like
whilst all of her crew still thinks she's batshit crazy and don't understand why she's there.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Why are you here? Aren't you like? It's like, yeah.
And they're like, don't you understand? I mean, Janeway is like, the only one that gets it.
Yeah.
And then, every ship just starts firing at every other ship. And yeah, it just starts going down. And I mean, yeah, it's bad.
So Brian's comment, the ships have LEDs that can change or whatever. So true story, just a couple nights ago, my son was having a panic attack and needed to stay in my room, and I have a lamp in there with one of those smart bulbs that I can control from my phone.
Yeah.
And I rarely use it's on a default thing, and when I turn the lamp on, that's just what I use because I'm lazy. And so he was like, "Hey, Dad, that's really bright. Can you turn that down?" And me trying to like overcompensate, I was like, "Oh, buddy, I can do more than that." And I whip out the app. I'm like, "I can change the color. I can change the hue. I can make it brighter. I can make it lighter. I can do whatever you want." And it was just like I overstimulate. You remember he's autistic. I overstimulated him without meaning to. So I was like, "Fuck." But yes, those LED light changing things are cool. But I don't think that's the case here. I think that it was just I don't know. I don't know why we disagree. You don't think the nacelles make more sense than nacelles than a deflector dish? Because if you're like, let's say it's a virus. Let's say we look at it like a virus, and you're infecting the ship. Put the goddamn gun down. I'm talking about the episode. If you're infecting the ship, like
a minute ago,
if you're infecting the ship like a virus,
right?
Wouldn't you take over?
It doesn't change how the warp engines work.
Okay.
However, the interior lighting, well, like think about on the space station when they were on the space station.
Uh-huh.
Did you notice that all the lighting inside?
Hey, you got a super chat.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, that was a priority Starfleet alert.
Oh, whatever. Hey, what is this ship on the right? What class of ship is that? That looks weird.
This one?
No, that's the left on the right. I know what that one is.
That's another shot of the Akira. That's just
that does not look really. That's what the Akiras look like. Okay.
And let's
Right
see. That's just reminding.
Hey, Area, what's up?
No, that's not the steam runner. The steam runner is a little more compact than that.
I was just saying hi, wasn't agreeing. But Brian, like of course, anything that emits light when something turns evil has to go red. It's a TV show, so
Right. But no,
and if they were good, it'd be what, blue?
Yeah, or green maybe,
or green. Yeah.
But green is reserved for Romulans and Trek. So
so
Romulans or Borg, But yeah, but technically red is Klingon. But yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, so but you notice that on the Federation outpost, when it got infected, and they were on board.
Oh my God! You just dropped we're about to see the Klingons. Let's hurry up and get to that episode.
Will you shut up for a minute?
Oh, I can shut up.
All right. No, I didn't say go away. I'm trying to talk to you.
I'm still here. I'm just preventing myself from talking.
Shut up.
I was muted, right?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you keep talking? That's why I muted myself, so I wouldn't interrupt you.
Conversation, not this. Anyway.
I was having a meltdown because I was never diagnosed with autism, but my son's got it. I probably have at the very least Asperger's. I know I have ADHD, so I'm just gonna mute my.
No, you don't get to mute yourself. Unmute yourself.
All right, fine.
It's unprofessional.
Who won the poll? The squirrel that wasn't even on the show won the poll for most prepared. But in second place was you, so you beat me, even though I freaking took notes. So F your audience, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, 54, 27, 18. Well, there you go. You told me to do the poll. Don't blame me.
Did. You know what, man? How much time we got left? Because it's been.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
2 hours and 15 minutes since my last cigarette, and I'm sorry. I'm an addict.
I am trying. Okay, so will you,
baby? Can I just smoke in the house? Okay, sorry. Don't yell at me. Sorry.
So let me make my point.
Okay.
So on the outpost, you remember the outpost?
Yes.
Okay. When the virus took over, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the lights inside the outpost went red.
I don't remember, but you're probably right. I'm like, yeah.
So,
and that's probably the effects of marijuana.
But that would make sense. Like if you're on red alert, that would make sense.
Oh, thank you, Aravic. I'll listen. Aravic just gave me permission. I'll be back.
Aravic, why did you tell him to go smoke? Trying to ruin the show. It was fun, kind of insulting it. I didn't insult you. Did I insult you? How did I insult you? Oh, he insulted you because of the poll. I get it. Anyway, but my point, and I know he can hear, so hopefully he'll get this. So if the lighting inside the ship is red, then the windows would change color. But there's no way that the warp plasma would suddenly change color, because that would be like saying, hey, you change the LED color inside your car light, but the gasoline doesn't change color. So that's my whole point. So the warp nacelle should stay the same, but I could see the lighting on the side of the ship changing color, and I think that would make more sense. But anyway, so the ships start blasting each other all to heck, which of course has Dahl and the gang really freaking out. So, they're for a second, they kind of go into despair. They're like, oh my gosh, we've completely blown it. But then they're like, but wait, is there something we can do? And they decide to kind of work together. So Rock grabs Pog's mechanical arm. He turns on the blowtorch in order to melt the ice on Murph, so that Murph can pull off the cover on Zero, so that Zero can remove the neck thing from Dahl, so that Dahl can get rid of the gravity thing from Rock and Pog, so that they're all freed up. And so now that they're all free, they're going to go to the bridge and confront Evil Gwen. But Evil Gwen has an escape plan. And her escape plan is that her evil General Grievous robot will give her a special space hug, and his special space hug wraps her up. So she steps back, and so he gives her a big old hug, and now she's inside of him, apparently. And then he just takes off through the roof and leaves. And that's how she escapes. And I'm sure she will show up in season 2. Meanwhile, Dad is coughing and giving his last breath and saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm dead now. And he does a Thanos type ashing away and dissolves into pretty blue dust and is now gone. And everybody's sad. And so, yeah, Rock ravaged yet another Tellarite. Yeah, that's something that Danny doesn't remember from last week, was Rock ravaging the Tellarites. That's something that he doesn't remember. We won't discuss that. Are the ships still fighting? Yes. If you look outside the window behind them, the ships are still blasting each other. So this whole time, all the Starfleet ships are still just blasting the crap out of each other. Let's see.
Sorry about that. Here's my penance.
And it's okay. Oh man. All right, so it's okay. I forgive you, Arabic. And all right, so now, we have Dad's dead. The entire fleet is blowing itself apart, and they're like, "Oh crap, what do we do?" And then the universal translator starts failing, and so they can't even talk to each other properly. And so, let's see. And I'm not sure. My daughter's texting me, and I'm not even sure about what. I'm not sure what you. All right. Anyway, so they're trying to figure out what to do, but then now they can't even talk to each other. But there's one thing that they do have going for them, and that's the fact that the one person that can speak all their languages is Gwen. And so, because is the holographic Janeway evil too? No. Remember, the real Admiral Janeway fixed holographic Janeway when she was in Doll's body in the last episode. So holographic Janeway is good now. So she is no longer has any evil in her. Janeway, Admiral Janeway is also trying to order people to abandon ship on the Dauntless. However, people that are not human are having difficulty understanding her because the universal translators aren't working over there either. So you can't hear you. Did the virus infect Janeway? She's not red. No, it seems like the virus's impact did not.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So Janeway was only evil for like half an episode, guys. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
But
holographic Janeway. To clarify.
Yeah, but Admiral Janeway purged all that from her system.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
all right, where are we at? I got my nicotine fix.
Admiral Janeway
just another hour.
Admiral Janeway just ordered to abandon ship, but everybody can't understand her because the non-humans can't understand.
Well, yeah, but like even if they could, they'd still be like, "Bitch, you crazy? We don't like the first officer is
at
still."
This point, they might not be thinking she's crazy, considering every ship is firing at every other ship.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know though, man. Look at the look on that dude's face. He still's like looking at her like,
well, maybe they're just waiting to see if she ejects the daycare center like normal. They're waiting to see if she drinks some coffee and can actually take it.
That's funny because Ariel said Janeway is all evil. Just look at how she drinks her coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Well, Brian, as far as her being a computer system,
she was infected with a virus, but Admiral Janeway fixed her. Like, where were you? Were you not here when we went over that?
And they even talked about she's considered a non-essential system.
Yeah.
The systems that the evil virus infects, it doesn't care about holograms. The only thing it infects are things like weapons, propulsion,
communications. That's the big one. Communications is the big one. That's how they infect everybody else, is through communications.
Right. So that's what it infects, is your weapon system, your propulsion system, your communication system. Anything else it doesn't give a crap about.
Yeah. It's deemed non-essential.
Right.
Uh-oh. Aravic and Ariel, you two behave. Don't fight each other. Come on now. This is a peaceful place. I know the show's called Nerd Fights, but it's more metaphorically than literally.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, we're just running a little late. You want to say hi?
Yeah, say hi. Baby, you come say hi. Come see Salty's wifey. Come here.
She already.
Baby, come here. No, I'm going to get her on if you come on. She's coming. Get yours on. Let the wifey say hi. This will be a nice little, we can clip it out.
The camera is like, comes to.
Come here, baby.
Yeah.
You're saying to his, have they ever met?
Yeah, Cece's seen my wife, I think.
You've met his wife, right?
Cece.
Yeah, it's his wife. Here.
At New Year's.
Oh, here for the
Hold, please.
She has
I better have.
to hear you.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just wondering when you guys are gonna wrap it up.
Me too.
Yo,
we still
me and you need to do a podcast about these two. I'm just saying.
I think that would work.
No, we still have one more episode left. I'm trying to get him to finish this one because we still have one whole
Trying to
other
get me
episode.
to finish. She's the one that's dragging it out.
Oh, blame me. I see how it is. Yeah, blame me.
Okay.
Hey, whoa.
We'll finish
Thank
this.
you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
should-
it is. Red.
you want to grab it or did you already?
No, it's.
So,
No.
hey, man, wrap this episode up. Let's get to the next one.
All right. So let's bring that back up. All right. So she orders the abandoned ship. Everything's kind of going crazy. But then they get the idea now that they can kind of talk to each other of getting non-Starfleet ships in the area to kind of intercede to block the weapons fire with shields.
What did you think about the fact they got the Klingons were the first to save the day?
Well, it makes sense. There are more Klingons than anybody else.
What about? I would honestly, I would have thought the Vulcans would have come first. That's what I was expecting. I did not expect Klingons. Like when I saw it was a Klingon, I was a little surprised
Well, it
because
just depends on where they are and where the Klingons are relative to the. I mean,
well, dude, whenever we get there, I don't even know if it's at the end of this episode or the beginning.
yeah, it's in this episode,
It's all it's all Klingon ships.
right?
And then it's other ships, but there's a ton of Klingon ships.
Well,
and
they happen to get a
isn't
Klingon
Vulcan-
ship first on the.
But isn't Vulcan closer to Earth in the Star Trek universe than?
Because they wanted it to
Kronos?
be because it's a kids show.
Okay, all right.
I think that's the reason.
Oh wow, no, Ariel's got it. Yeah, that's probably right.
Because Vulcans don't really care for. Yeah, there you go. All right, so they call the Klingons and everybody. There we go. We got the Klingons on the horn.
Oh wow, Ariel said she'd watch our wifeys talk trash about the both of us. Hey, maybe there's an idea. You know what? Maybe that's an idea. Maybe we should let them do that.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Is we'll have everybody you super chat $10 and they'll each come on for 5 minutes.
Oh, hey, I dig it. I dig that. Yeah.
And then they got to super chat another $10 and they'll come back.
Yeah.
So,
hey, man, that's a great idea. Let's make it graphic.
We'll have them just sitting right off screen. And then, you want the ladies? Of course, my wife would be like, "No."
No, exactly. Gorillas just made a great point. This is my point. Vulcan is only 16.4 light years from Earth, yet Kronos is 80 light years from Earth. How the hell
are about to attack? So, I don't know.
If they were about to attack, they wouldn't be helping. They'd be helping the other people to squash the Starfleet. And this is after. Wait a minute. This is after Praxis has already exploded. Yeah, this is way after Praxis has exploded. So I guess they need to help us out because they're effed without us.
Yeah. They're allies at this point. So
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so they call the Klingons, and the Klingons are like, "Yeah, whatever." And then they're like,
I did like how we finally got the payoff from 20 episodes ago that this chick knows a bunch of different languages. Because she was the savior of this whole thing because she knew how to speak all these other languages, which was
was cool. I really
And
actually
they had already established you could speak Klingon.
Yeah, well, not only that, she talked to Rock. She talked to what's his name? Jankum or whatever. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, she talked. So I actually really dug this for her. And when we see what happens with her at the end, which like really kind of, I didn't cry, but it choked me up a little. Like I really dig like Gwen. Like my two least favorite characters, honestly, became my two favorite characters by the end of the next episode. They really did. So, which is good writing, man. And this is a kid show. Like,
look at that.
Oh God, look at that.
Just every ship just blowing the crap out of each other. Now let's see if we can.
I don't want to see Murph hugging Rock. I want to see ships blowing up other ships. Damn it.
Are you okay there?
Look at that. What?
You need to stop making those sounds.
Sorry.
It's downright creepy at this point.
I'm just trying to be funny.
All right, there we go.
I'll stop trying. Did they? Hey, Brian brings up a good point. Did they not have a Dreadnought class? I don't think they did. I didn't see one.
In Starfleet?
No. In this fight scene, there's no Dreadnought classes, right?
No, Starfleet never had.
I think the Dreadnought
only
class
time
is only in the J.J. Abrams verse, right?
Yeah, the J.J. verse is the only time Starfleet canonically had a Dreadnought. All right, so right here we get the big reveal here.
Yes.
Torpedoes coming in. Everybody's screwed.
Oh, shit. And the Klingons, here we come to save the day.
And I'm sure that's exactly what they were going to do. They were going to sing the Mighty Mouse theme.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what happened, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Klingons show up first. And then shortly thereafter, we get a bunch of other ships, which I do think it's funny that how is it that Jankum and the rest knew every class of every ship? Like they're just like,
you know, they've been studying, man, because they want to join. Oh God! Ow! Jesus Christ, man, you got really hard cloth. Ow! Fuck, dude. I mean, I love you, but that hurt. So you messed me up. I was going to say something. Ariel gets it. Gorilla, stop hating. Okay. Ow, man! I think you drew blood. Ow. I know you didn't mean to, buddy. Ow! Oh, Jesus! Come on. Do you have a cat? I know you have a dog. Do you have a cat?
Yeah, we have a cat, but
does your cat do this crap to you, man? Like,
no.
Oh my God. This is how I know I've been on a podcast too long. My cat's like, love me. You've ignored me too long. Love me. All right, buddy. Damn. Ooh, can you hear him? Hold up.
No, I don't hear the cat.
He's loud. I'm surprised you can't hear him. He's like doing that. Come on, get down. What the fuck? Get
All
up.
right, so right here is like where things really take a turn. Is they're all cheering and
then more Starfleet shows up. That's the USS Sovereign right there.
Yeah.
And this, oh God, we're about to get into the cliffhanger. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
funny,
I
Ariel,
didn't see-
we didn't get any Andorian ships.
Yeah,
that is kind of messed up.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, so the USS Sovereign shows up, and then we start realizing a whole bunch of new starships are coming in.
Ariel, there's no profit in it for the Ferengi. I'd never for a half a
Yeah,
second.
I was surprised that there was a Ferengi ship there.
Yeah, like, oh, there was?
Yeah.
Well,
there was a Ferengi Marauder in there.
That makes no damn sense.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Let me see how if I can find it.
My mom's like, put the cat down. You think I had a choice, Mom? My cat. Look, people train dogs. Cats train people. He only left because he wanted to, because I was scoffing him for. I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding right here. I'm pretty sure. Like, he got me good.
You deserve to be gotten good.
Oh, whatever. So Aravik says there were Vulcans there.
Yeah, I saw Vulcans.
You did? Okay. Yeah. They should have been first, in my opinion, but that's fine. Whatever.
I didn't. Yeah, but I didn't see any Andorians, which we should have. We should have seen Andorians, but maybe they were there. We just didn't see them because they were so.
What about the Tellarites? You know, they were one of the.
Yeah, they were Tellarites.
There were? Okay. Is the spoiling over? No, bro. We haven't even got to episode 20 yet.
Yeah, we're almost there though.
Chop, chop. Come on, we're at the end here.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're telling me that's not a Constitution class right there? What is that then?
What, that?
No, I don't know. No. Down. That's obvious. Yeah, that one.
There.
That's a sovereign as well?
Yes. Look at it.
I mean, it's hard to tell without being able to see the underbelly. This is why I don't show up to these live streams. All right, let's move it along so we don't lose Kronos, who doesn't know how to spell Kronos, but that's fine.
Wow.
I mean, I've said that so many times, whatever.
All right, so they're like, "Oh crap," because every starship that gets attacked sends out a distress signal to get more starships, and there's just not enough. Since Starfleet is the biggest fighting force, because they're not the military, is the biggest fighting force in the Alpha and Beta quadrants. There's just not enough allies to defend them all. They're screwed. And that's exactly so, Thomas. That's something I was thinking is why didn't they, like the Klingons or the Ferengi or someone, just hail Starfleet and say, "Don't send reinforcements. It's a trap." It's a trap. Why didn't someone say
they can't open comms because that'll I
no,
guess it's you know what? Like, why didn't they? Because it's already too late.
Yeah, if the Klingons sent a message saying don't send reinforcements, then they could do that. And yeah, I agree with Thomas on that. If the Klingons or the Ferengi or the Vulcans or someone, and in fact, if they were all just sending out messages saying, "Starfleet, don't send reinforcements. For God's sake, don't send reinforcements. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap."
Oh, man. You know what? That would have made sense. But remember, this is a children's show. So,
yeah.
Kids are stupid.
So, but they didn't do that. And so basically the episode ends with them going, "Well, crap. There's nothing we can do."
Hey, look at that. That was the defining. Yeah, no, this was like the cliffhanger of cliffhangers. Like, right. You go back. You saw that Bird of Prey got destroyed.
Yeah.
Was that one of the Bird of Preys that had already transported people? Because remember, the first thing that chick said was, "We're ready to start transporting you off your ships," Right.
And it's like, I wonder how many people died there.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, that right there. Good shot.
But it's like, so they're basically completely screwed.
Yeah. No, no, this was I tell you what, if I'd have been watching this in real time,
and you got to wait a full week.
A full week. No, well, I was saying if we were reviewing this in real time, like we're gonna do with Picard, I'd probably be like flipping out. I'd be like, I'd be doing that thing that I do when I get all excited.
Right.
Because the end of that episode, I was so glad I was able to go straight into the next episode, because holy cow, that was a cliffhanger. Salty does not ignore the chat, guys. Stop giving him grief. What the hell, man?
I know. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, but we
a lot going on, man. There's only two of us. We don't have. It's not like Pop Culture Minefield or Salty Nerd where we have a backstage producer. It's just literally just the two of us. We're doing our best, man. We're doing our best.
I mean, awesome to have a producer. That would be so cool.
It would be, but I mean, I can put out some fillers, man. But I couldn't even get my buddy to do my Sunday show. I had to get Gary had to get John, poor bastard, to produce my Sunday show. And I think I could do it without a producer, but because we're also simulcast on the radio, they make me have a producer. So yeah, it's all good.
The bird can read every chat when he doesn't cheat. Well, if I'm just doing the chat, then yeah, but that we're trying to review it.
We're talking, yeah, you know.
Anyway,
all right,
so let's do
Supernova Part 2.
Which fortunately is a little bit simpler of an episode here.
Well, yeah, but this is where there are a lot of really cool callbacks. You've got Dal, you know, we'll get to it, but basically he wants to sacrifice himself. We get Jankum.
Well, let's get it.
Quoting Scotty, you know what I mean? We get a lot of cool stuff in this episode.
So they're on the Protostar. They're trying to figure out what the heck to do. And they're like, yeah, we're kind of screwed. Now, here's where I do have a major problem. They start out the episode, and this is a callback to the last week's episode because they, you know, and this is actually something I like. Rather than saying last week on whatever the show, they just start out with the same line they finished the last episode on, which I'm totally down with. I like that because they're not suggesting that you have to, you know, refresh everybody because we know they watched it again if they care.
Hold please.
Yes.
Kronos, yes, but we are two men, and if you ask my beautiful Cecilia, baby, back me up on this. Men cannot multitask. That's exactly. See, you heard her. That's a female's game, bro. We can't do it. I don't care. Two men do not even equal one woman when it comes to multitasking. So, anyway, that better be some awesome transparent aluminum.
So
you got a great audience, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. Go ahead with your thought. Sorry.
Okay, so they start out with the basic setup that they can't jump out.
Somebody's got to stay behind.
They can't jump the ship away because and so they can't stop the virus from spreading that way.
Right. Yet that's
they
how they
can't
stop the
they
virus.
can't shut down the red donut. Right. And so there's and they can't obviously there's nothing they can do to stop this, and they can't stop the Federation ships from coming in,
which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, they've already opened communications. Why not just be like, hey, unless maybe be a daisy chain.
Well,
thing.
at this point, the Federation ships don't have translators anymore, so now they're kind of screwed with their communications. However, this is where I have a problem. Not 2 minutes later, they come up with their solution. Right? What's their solution?
What's their solution?
Their solution is not to put a button on their head. What are you doing?
What?
Why are you putting a button on your head?
I was just trying to be funny. I'm just representing my friends at the Salty Nerd. This is where isn't this where they're like having the serious discussion about like this is the only way we can do it. We have to jump and explode at the same time, but unfortunately, somebody's got to stay. And
right. But what's the first part of what you just said?
Dude, I didn't know I was coming on for a quiz. You tell me.
You just said it. What was?
Somebody has to stay behind?
No, the first part of what you said.
Baby, what was the first thing I said? Because he's not going to tell me.
What?
Oh, God. I thought you were paying attention.
You said that they have to jump and explode at the same time.
Oh, they have to jump and explode at the same time. Yeah.
So What's the first part of that?
They have to do the thing they couldn't do in the last episode. They have to do
They have to jump.
Yeah, but what's that called? It's the
Proto
protostar.
jump.
Yeah, the proto jump. Yeah,
But they just said
they
they
couldn't.
proto jump.
They couldn't do it in the last episode. By the way.
Well, they just repeated that they can't do it.
Yeah.
So they say, well, we can't proto jump, but if we proto jump,
Hey, Mr. CCDV.
hey, Mr. CCDV.
Dude, we cross the streams a lot. We got to talk. Like we apparently.
So they say, so we can't proto jump, but if we proto jump and self-destruct at the same time, then we'll save everybody.
Everything will be fine.
That makes no freaking sense whatsoever.
No shit, especially because at the end of the episode, apparently them doing that actually put the protostar in a different like space-time continuum or something.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute. So they were able to do that and then open up a gateway to another, time and all that. But
well, not just time, but like space-time. Like,
right.
like an alternate reality at a different time. Is it, like that's how I took it, right?
Well, we'll find out next season.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem is that either you can jump or you can't jump. And
right?
and if you could jump.
No, and Jankum was like, remember there was a scene in this episode, because last episode they couldn't jump, right? This episode they come up with a plan, then all of a sudden Jankum can do that, and he switches his little arm thingy.
Right.
And I'm like, why didn't you say that last episode, bro? Like what changed between then and now? Like
so if
you remember that, right? I'm not going crazy.
No, you're not. But if you could jump, just jump away, let Starfleet fix their stuff, and then jump back and not open up comms, and have somebody beam over and talk about what's going on.
Again, man, this is a kid show made for kids who are stupid and don't have this type of.
No, it's written by adults who think kids are stupid. It's not. That's the problem.
There you go. Fair enough.
So I have a big problem with their solution here. All
right, man. Anyway, hey, we're like 4 minutes into this episode.
I know.
We got 18 minutes is 3 hours. Let's oh my god, look at that. Oh god, that looks good. Never mind. Oh my god.
So
oh my god, that one's shredded.
Yeah. Wolf 359, eat your heart out. Protostars.
Ooh, what is that? That's not a sovereign class. What's that one in the middle there?
What, there? That
no, above it.
That?
That's no. The one with the brightly lit nacelles. Down. Yeah, what is that?
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
That's the protostar.
That's the protostar?
Yes.
Oh man, it looks way different from the side. Okay.
Look at the warp cells. That's clearly the protostar.
No,
and you can see the windows right there on the side and the big bridge window.
Hey man, you're gonna be a dick about it, all right? Like Jesus.
Anyway,
Cronus says ample nacelles. Oh hell yeah! It's got me hot.
Play it for a second. Yeah, did you see that? The way it's moving. All right. Anyway, so the protostar starts moving and trying to get out there.
Ervik, we talked about that a few episodes ago.
It's very JJ.
Yeah, the nacelles really do, for whatever reason, and to me, it's just the nacelles, right? That look very JJ-ish.
It's also it's got a few features that are kind of JJ.
Well, the nacelles for sure.
Right. And the transporters have the JJ effect.
Well, it depends on which episode you watch, but yes, yeah.
No, the transporters on that ship have the JJ effect. The transporters on the Dauntless do not.
Right. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
stop being a pervert. Jesus Christ, man. Let us get through this. Come on.
Who's being a pervert?
Kronos.
Oh, come on. Well, it's Kronos. What do you expect? Anyway, so there's I like this where the Andorian first officer is like, what are they doing? And Janeway's like, saving us all. even though she has no idea what they're doing.
Well, she was over there. Like, no, I don't know. Like, she.
I know she gets. She knows that they're good. She gets that.
She had that Janeway gut instinct after spending all that time with them as doll, that they're fighting with us. They're doing what they can for us.
I still think they could have come up with a better plan. Like, I think what would have made more sense it would be like, hey, if we warp this thing straight into a star, something like that would make more sense to me than saying, we go to proto warp, when we just said we can't go to proto warp.
Right. No. Yeah. But like, how would they go to a star if they can't go to, I don't know.
Because they're in the star system.
Well, yeah, but that one would be the sun, and that would destroy our solar system, including Earth and the Federation. So I think that I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. It's really hella convenient that all of a sudden Jankum can fix the protostar jump drive or whatever when in the previous episode that never came up. You know what I mean? So that is a problem. But again, this is a show made for 8-year-old kids. So there's that.
8-year-old stupid kids.
8-year-old kids, 12-year-old stupid ones. That's what I was.
No, 8-year-old stupid kids. All right, so
Diet Coke come out my nose, you asshole.
Sorry. So their plan is to make a no frills shuttle for them to basically eject in, and one person has to stay behind to pilot the ship. And this is another great moment for Dahl. Dahl, being the captain, caring about the crew, says, I'll stay behind. But Janeway says, well, wait a minute. I'm a hologram. I can do it. And plus, I
that
can...
lion. Ooh, that lion, bitch. No, I would so remember last episode. Here, let me pull it up. I said, where is it? Dahl just won me over. If I can't join Starfleet, I'll make sure you guys can. Right? And then he doubled down in this episode
where he says he'll stay behind.
Yeah, and then the only part that we're getting to the only part that made me cry, which is stupid because it's
when Janeway stayed behind.
Yeah. Oh man, God. Well, not even that. It was the holographic message. That's what made me cry. Yeah. That holographic and she was like, "Why are you crying, puppy?" I'm like, I can't tell you, stupid. It's a hologram. It doesn't even make sense. I was just like,
I was like, stupid program. So the program, the stupid computer program, that's just ones and zeros and has no real meaning to it. Which, by the way, says, oh, and you gave me your command codes, and it's like, well, how did he get command codes?
That's a really good point, but again, this is made for stupid 8-year-old kids, so
I mean, where did he get them from? Who gave him command codes, considering they just stole the ship? Apparently.
Look, you're trying to apply logic and reason to a show that has
but that hurts my head when I start thinking about, wait, how could you give someone command codes that you never had?
We're only a fifth way through this show.
I know. But he was even like, yeah, my command codes are Alpha 01.
Your wife and my fiance have both come on live.
I know. All right, let's move on.
So
they're making their little shuttlecraft, and Murph's at the con, which is hilarious.
No, that was. I'm gonna make a Murph T-shirt. I think. Yeah. I like Murph. Speaking of T-shirts, if you want to see any of my T-shirt designs, go to mixedtees.com/dorknightlv.
Or if you have a suggestion for a T-shirt,
or if you have if you're on Twitter, this is my handle. If you have a suggestion, I'm all I'm a nerd. I love drawing. I like mashups. You got to be like, this meets this, and I'll do it. And I probably will. So there you go.
Anyway, so Janeway is
In fact, show everybody our beautiful background. And I want to you know what? You should make a poll. Because I talked to you about this already. Should I show everybody our beautiful the background?
how can I show everybody the background?
I don't fuck it. Hell if I know. I mean, like, just share the image and full screen it. But I was talking to Michael about this. Should I make if I make okay? Should I make it a shirt? Like, do a poll. Like, I don't know. Like, part of me is like, if I made this a shirt, would you buy it? I don't know if I want to do that because But do you think this would be a good T-shirt? And it's basically, you can't see it because he's got it covered. But it's Michael as Spock, and it's me as Kirk with my beard. Which,
Well, let's see if I do this.
anyway, no?
Well, did you say? Okay, so I can remove us all from the stream for a minute. So what do I do this?
All right, well, you guys saw it.
Mhm.
I'm Kirk, he's Spock. It's from Amok Time. I think it would be a bitchin' T-shirt design, but, I haven't really sold a lot of my other T-shirts on Mixed Tees, so mash up The Rock with the Rock guy from
The Thing.
Mom, I didn't even know that. I wouldn't have even read that. Mother, his name is The Thing.
Not the Rock guy.
Like, I was literally about to roast my own mother, and then I saw it was her, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop. Hey, Mom, do me a favor. Just text me your ideas. You're so cute. Because you're just so clueless. It's adorable, though. I love you, Mom.
Girl says I need to read his last chat. His last chat was, the purpose of the proto jump was to create time wormhole so that Janeway could get Chakotay next season. Well, I know that was the purpose. I don't think that was their intention, though.
All right, man. Hey, let's try our best to wrap this up in 8 minutes. My mom's giving the yawn.
I'm trying, but you went on a tangent there about your shirt.
I didn't. Well, that's because I was responding to the chat. You always want to engage with the chat because that's where your butter's bred. And hey, you know what? We're not like other channels. We don't ignore the chat unless it's a super chat. Have you noticed that? Tons of shows do not.
I know they completely ignore the chat unless it's a super chat.
Unless it's a super chat. We don't do that.
Yeah.
So maybe in appreciation, throw my man Salty a super chat. Or a super sticker.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna hurt you. I don't get nothing out of it. I don't like, I have no skin in this game, but damn, Mom, you're still okay. Go on. My mom's yawning.
All right. Let's hurry up. So they're on there, and Janeway finds out there's not enough room on the isolinear chip to copy herself.
Dude, yeah.
So she just kind of fakes it and says, "Oh yeah, it's all copied." And so you guys have a good one. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side. And they're like, "Okie dokie," and they close the door. And look at that. There's a look on her face when the door.
Dude, yeah. Let's get through it. Cause
look at that. Look at that. Look.
Yeah,
look.
No, I'm looking, man. Because I don't want to look. Because right. Oh my god. Like,
so they get on the shuttle. The shuttle kind of barely gets off the ship.
Get to the message on the shuttle. That's
all
like,
right.
I just want to talk about that.
Yeah. So they get going. Janeway executes the maneuver and dies, and in a very.
But she's a hologram. This should not have had the emotional impact on me that it did. Is why I'm so mad at myself.
It's just a freaking computer program.
But
you know what? If you're playing a video game and you kill someone in the video game, same thing.
Dude, okay. This didn't get me. Like her, like where she actually dies, where it explodes. Mm-hmm. What got me was when they pull up her message.
Right.
And Jenkum's like, well, that's not a hologram. And then she's like, I bet Jenkum is saying this is not a hologram. And then I was like, and then she this part here.
Yeah.
I'm not even ashamed. It's my mother's fault. By the end of this scene, I was bawling like a baby. It was like Niagara Falls, man. It was terrible. Yeah, it was like ugly crying, snot bubbles, the whole nine. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible, man. Yeah.
And you know what? Notice she actually said it correctly at the end of this. Now go boldly.
Now go boldly. And they played the original Star Trek theme after she said that. I literally wrote that down because that was, oh my God. So I love the movie Creed. Have you ever seen the movie Creed?
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't play the Rocky theme that entire movie until the very end when for the last round, where Rocky's talking to Creed, and Creed's like, I gotta prove I'm not a mistake. He's like, what? He's like, I gotta prove I'm not a mistake. And he's like, you're not and Rocky's like, I'm paraphrasing. He's like, basically, you're not a mistake. You're amazing, and I love you because you're Creed, and don't you ever forget it. And then Rocky walks off, and they finally do, and he does this, and they go dun 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 dun, and it kind of had that same feeling for me, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was.
But well, it's just funny because it's always been to boldly go where no one has gone before, no man has gone before, but it should be to
now go boldly. No, I literally wrote that. Now go boldly. Epic Star Trek theme. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls means I was crying. Yes. Yeah, and then we cut to 1 month later.
Yeah, so she gives the speech. Then a month later, we have this Vulcan jerk. He's a real
asshole. Yeah, he's a real asshole, man.
He is an absolute jerk. Because I understand that, he might say the people who stole that starship, but he was referring to them as the thieves, and
Janeway has to get all indignant and be like, wait a minute, no, don't you dare.
People that saved our butts.
Yeah, like we'd all be dead. Did you get a super chat? Is that what that noise was?
And Aerial Ballet tipped $5. Thank you so much. It says, throws cash at Salty. Shut up and take my money. Well, then I guess I'll just shut up.
Well, hey, Bradley Briggs, it's not a super chat, but I do want to acknowledge this. He says, imagine Dork Knight captaining a ship, has to give an order that's going to kill people, crying, snot rolling out his nose, gives the order to fire. So I don't care. Back in gosh, I wish my ex-wife was on here because she could fact check me. I used to be like in the 90s. I was a office manager for a telemarketing center, and I hated firing people. And unfortunately, in a telemarketing office, you're like firing people every damn day. It sucks. The turnover rate is absurd.
Yeah.
And there was this one dude, he'd been working for me for like 6 months, and I loved him. I thought he was great. But the higher up, apparently, because they monitor all, they listen to all those calls, Apparently he said something he wasn't supposed to say that I didn't know about. So they gave me, they email me, I got to fire this dude. And I'm like, I don't want to fire him. He's great. And they're like, if you don't fire him, we're going to fire you and fire him. So at that point, I'm like, okay, shit. I did, man. I got no shame in admitting this. I cried while I was firing that dude. I gave him a hug. He did not deserve to be fired. I'm just that kind of guy, man. I blame my mom.
All right, so 35 seconds. Hold on just a second. There you go.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Remember how you taught me the other day how to do the auto description thingy?
Yeah.
So So people watching, I'll change it later. People watching Nerd Fights on my channel, not yours. It says, come join the Dork Night as he talks about wrestling and things and stuff, but mostly wrestling. And then the hashtags all have to do with wrestling, and this show has nothing to do with wrestling. So yeah,
you might to manually change it on.
Yeah, or come up with a better generic thing. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So Jerk Vulcan here is explaining that it opened up a gateway through space-time to Janeway.
He does somewhat apologize when she calls him.
Janeway corrects him.
Yeah.
But then they got a transmission from Chakotay from 50-odd years in the future that he is still apparently alive, and
but he's in the future, right? He's like 50 some odd years.
He's
in the future.
50 odd years in the future, and some of his crew are still alive. And
the whole point of the end of this show is Janeway and everybody but Gwen are going to look for him, right? That was okay. All right.
Yeah, they're going to try to go through this wormhole to see if they can find him.
Hey, Kronos, F you. If you watch any entertainment at all, newsflash, it's all quote unquote fake. Okay.
Yes, but wrestling is extra fake.
F you, man. You're you know what? I almost dropped the full-fledged F-bomb, but my mom's watching, so F you. It's all good.
He knows it's true. That's why he's saying that. Anyway, so so Jane, they're in the middle of this briefing. They're having their conversation about it. Look at all these people here at the briefing. It must be really.
It's like COVID. They're all like video conferencing in.
Yeah. I mean, you would think a wormhole going through space-time to 56 years in the future with a distress call coming from a missing captain would get more than the attention of 3 people.
Right?
You know,
especially the missing captain of a prototypical starship with the power the protostar has. I mean, come the F on, man.
Yeah, but no, apparently not. So anyway, they're in the middle of this briefing when and they also match it up to the wormhole that the protostar came back in time through. And surprise, surprise!
No, salty.
No, this is the wormhole that the protostar went through originally.
No. Shut down Brian McFarlane's comment. Star Trek Discovery should not be anywhere near compared to this show. Like there's
Red Angel all over again.
No, hell no.
No, yeah, this is nothing like the Red Angel story.
Hell no.
Anyway.
Michael, I need you to be more on my side here. Tell Brian why he's wrong.
This is more like a typical Voyager story than anything the Red Angel did. This is
there you go. You know, Kronos. Yes, you can make wormhole jokes.
And see, Brian apologized, so it's okay.
Okay.
His apology, and we'll move on.
All right, let's move on.
Anyway, so it just happens to match up with the other wormhole that Chakotay went through originally. So they're like, okay, so this is
convenient.
Well, no, it makes sense. So, apparently the protostar, matches up. But hey, while you happen to be doing this briefing about it, we found those kids and that annoying dog
in the middle of the San Francisco Bay.
And so then,
yes, Kronos, Chakotay's been in the show. He was the captain of the protostar. I mean, he hasn't been like in real time in the show, but like they've shown like flashbacks or.
Yeah, he was in a couple of flashbacks, and we've heard his voice a few times.
Yeah. Hey, Mercer, and it was the same actor. It was Robert Beltran. Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll use him more in season 2.
I mean, come on, man. The way they set up season 2, he's going to be a big part of season 2, don't you think?
Right. I hope so.
Yeah.
So then we have this whole thing at Starfleet Academy where Janeway is advocating for the kids to be let into the academy. Yes, Danny.
Brian, here's the thing, bro. I think you might have sent me that CGI Elvis thing while I was going through my like really super stone period where I forgot about
You
45
mean
minutes.
any time in the last month?
Don't be an asshole. So if you want to resend me the link, I promise you I'll watch it. But no, I haven't. Like I may have seen it, but don't remember. Because last week, apparently I got so high. There's like a solid at least 30 minutes of me being live on his show. I don't recall. I'm not high tonight.
Oh,
No,
that's
Kronos.
more
No, nobody's high tonight. Nobody's high tonight. No.
Not more than 30 minutes.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna get my bong.
All right. Hey, we can stop that conversation right now.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Let's move on.
Moving
So
along.
Janeway is advocating for the kids to be let into Starfleet because
I really like this scene, dude. I put like trial. So this is a month later, by the way. Right. Trial. Janeway defends, and she does such a good job. They drop all the charges.
yes.
But it did not seem that way in the beginnings. Like they were being hard asses. But Janeway gives like I really dug this scene. What about you, man? Like
I liked it. I mean, she made a great point as far as, hey, you can talk about tests and all that all you want, but if you compare that to what they've actually done, there's no
exactly.
There's no test in the world that's going to be able to match what they've already.
They saved it. Reminded me of Star Trek 4. Yeah. They saved us. You know what I mean? Like I don't like. Yeah, sure. Kirk stole a ship. He did all this. You want to put him in jail, but because he did that, he ended up saving all of humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. This is kind of the vibe I got. What about you? Like that's immediately where my brain went. You know?
Right. No, I agree. Now, I disagree a little bit with their final verdict, because for them to say, well, we can't let them into Starfleet Academy, but we're going to let them be warrant officers under.
No, it's just like Wesley, because it's just like Wesley and TNG, if you think about it, because instead of going to Starfleet Academy when he should have, they gave him the ranking of active ensign and let him learn under the tutelage of Picard. And so,
yeah, but the difference there was that was because he was living on the Enterprise at the time.
Well, maybe I get that, but maybe they're like, you know what, we're gonna put this on Janeway, and that way, if it blows up, it doesn't reflect poorly on us. And we can throw her under the bus, and if it works, we'll let him into Starfleet, and we all look good. That's kind of how I like that. That's kind of it was very political to me. Like, do you not see that? I mean,
I do, but I don't know. I'm mixed on that. I didn't like the way they did the verdict.
Okay, it made sense to me. Just like I don't know.
And plus, how is Murph going to serve at all?
He's going to be the most valuable member of Janeway's crew. Are you kidding me? I can't wait to see season 2. Murph is practically indestructible. Like he's
indestructible, but how do you communicate with him? Even the universal translator doesn't work with him.
Rock seems to have no problem. You know,
no,
I mean,
Rock thinks he's cute.
They're connected. No. All right.
Nobody can understand. Anyway,
was that the thing? No, that was Rock Kronos. But thanks for making a joke we already made 2 hours ago, because this is the stream that never ends, and it goes on and on. My
we can't finish if you're just going on tangents.
Sorry,
I'm going to get out the tangent gun. All right, I do have a tangent gun for if he moves here. I can't wait to use that thing when you move here. No idea.
I need you to reach out to Cece and pressure her into like. I really do want to like. I hate that she even teased me with the idea of moving out of Las Vegas, because I really want to leave Las Vegas, and then you could shoot me in person, for real, in the head with your little Nerf gun.
I won't shoot you in the... No, this is not a Nerf gun.
What is it?
It's a salt gun.
Like, what do you mean? It looks like a Nerf gun. Like,
I know.
What is it? Yeah.
It shoots salt.
What is that? Salt?
Salt.
Actual salt?
Yes.
Fuck, does that hurt?
I don't know.
Nerf bullets don't hurt. I don't want to be hurt. I'll
Then
buy you.
you better behave.
If I move out there, I'll buy you a bitchin' Nerf gun that you can.
Yeah,
shoot
I'm
me
gonna
with
shoot
as
you with a
much as
salt
you want.
gun. Or I'll have the Nerf gun and the salt gun. You know, won't know which one I'm going to grab.
All right, let's continue.
All right.
I'm sorry.
And yes, Brian, that's what it's for. You shoot salt and it kills flies. That's what you use it for. It's a real thing. That's what
a
they're
real
for.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody once told me if you want to like deflect flies, has anybody else?
All right, we're not going on a fly tangent. All right,
Okay.
so anyway, so they're all waiting outside to hear the verdict, and Janeway comes out and basically tells them the good news that they dropped all charges, and they get to work with her on a ship, except
No,
that-
5 of them. Just
Yeah.
5 of them get to.
right, because Gwen is going
Well,
to.
hold up, man, you're killing the
Because
drama.
we're trying to hurry. Do you know to hurry or not?
Fine.
All right, because
I like the way they
I do.
did
I
it.
like the reveal too, but we're trying to hurry.
Okay.
Gwen is going to go back to her home world and try to prevent nasty-
genocide. She's gonna do her best to prevent genocide, and the others go away with Janeway. And if you're really in a rush, what I really dug is we had that awkward kiss scene earlier in the show.
Yeah, and then they have a nice little tender moment
and
together.
and they have a moment where they actually both kiss each other and say, like, we got to meet up again. This isn't the scene, but it's later.
All right. Yeah, I know.
And,
You're trying to get to it.
And it was really cool. And I'll wait till you get to the very
And
end.
they also have everybody kind of tests as far as their skills.
Yeah.
And they show that, yes, she's good at science. Yes, he's good at
Oh,
engineering.
I wish I'd have wrote it down. They actually, one of the chicks was
scene you were
like,
talking
you should, yeah. One of the chicks was like, oh, you should do this like specific form of science.
Xenobiology.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't even know what that is. And then the other chick was like, really? Because you're really good at it. So
Yeah.
like, that was kind of cool. But yeah, this is the scene I was talking about where they fall in love, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're kind of reminiscing about how far they've come.
Yeah. I really, I'm a sap. I really like this scene.
Right. Well, and the thing is, I don't mind their relationship because they didn't take it too far. Right.
No, they did. No, yeah. It
I
was
don't
just a
want it to
kiss,
be a
and they're like,
romance story, but
let's
okay.
see. Yeah, it was like, especially because of the fact that he got the mixed signals and he kissed her, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then an episode later, we organically get this, but it's not over the top. And he's like, they kiss, and he's like, they're both like, I hope to see you again. But she's got a greater purpose. And I mean, he maybe does. I mean, he's just going off to Starfleet, whatever. But she's got like, like her job is to prevent like global genocide. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
but, I see him, even though, he's a weird purple alien dude, but in the way I see him as kind of baby Captain Kirk. Like he's driven, he wants to be a starship captain.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I dig that. And then at the very end, I really like how they were like, hey, like Janeway's like, hey, you kids were on a prototype. Let me show you the new.
Yeah. But then that
Star class.
Well, no, they see the Protostar class, right?
Yeah. And they're all.
But then they're like,
that
"Ooh,
our
is that our ship?" And she's like, "Heck no! I got bigger plans."
I
for
got
us."
bigger plans for us. What the
And then they're
hell
like,
are those?
"Cool." And then it's like the end. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Where's
Yeah.
the ship? Where's the freaking ship? And no, sorry, we're over. We're done.
I am definitely looking forward to season 2. Everybody, my mom,
I was
my
so
buddy Eric.
angry. I was so what was that? Why'd you mute yourself?
Huh?
You muted yourself.
Yeah, I didn't want you guys to hear me having convulsive sneezes. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was absolutely infuriated that they did not show the new ship.
Do what?
I was absolutely infuriated that they did not show the new ship.
They did. Well, I mean, they showed the
No,
saga.
that's not their ship. She even said so.
Oh, their ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's how they get you to come back for that paper, baby. You got to come back for season 2. You know.
Yeah, but what if season 2 we find out they're on the Dauntless?
They ain't doing that, bro. Come on.
What if they
Come
do?
on.
If
Come
they're
on.
on the Dauntless,
All right, hey, look. Let's do a friendly hot wings bet. This is what I do on my wrestling show.
all right,
I say they're not going to come back on a Dauntless.
okay.
You say they are. If they come back on a Dauntless, I will eat some ghost pepper hot wings and we can live stream it. If they don't, you can eat some ghost pepper hot wings and we'll live stream it together. Either way, together. What do you say? You want to take that bet? Put
Okay.
your money where your mouth is. Do you want to take that bet?
All right. What if they're on the Dauntless and they're not on the Dauntless?
What? Well, then I guess that's neither of us have to do.
No, we both have to eat hot wings or ghost pepper.
Or that. Like, look here. This is it's not fair. I can eat the hottest thing on earth.
Oh, I see how you. Oh, you
Ain't
don't
gonna
know
face me.
the hot challenges that I've done in the past, my friend. You ever done the one chip challenge?
That's like bush league baby shit. Come on.
Oh, you say that. Have you ever actually had the one chip?
Baby. Come here. Tell this motherfucker what's up. I can eat the hottest shit on earth. You have no idea. You have no idea. I can out spicy her. See or no? Don't lie.
What?
I can out spicy you as far as eating spicy shit.
Yeah, because I don't eat it, so tough.
Did you
I
hear that? Did you
I
hear
didn't
that?
ask if you can eat spicier things than Cece. I asked if you've ever had the one chip challenge.
What did he ask?
The one chip challenge. Come here.
Which one? Oh, have you tried those new Doritos spicy?
Oh God, get out of here with Doritos.
No.
All right. Anyway,
No, like,
let's wrap this up, bro. No, really Doritos? We're talking about some real man shit. You're gonna bring up some Doritos?
all right, te voy a traer un habanero poblano, a ver si te lo comes.
No entiendo español, inglés, por favor.
Taco,
Yeah, whatever.
burrito,
Anyway, hey man,
enchilada,
I tell you what, if she doesn't get that
Carito.
promotion, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If she doesn't get that promotion, we don't move out there. I'm gonna make her fly me out there just so you and I can have the spicy challenge. Like you just question my spiciness, because ever since it's weird. So I used to be 400 pounds, and then I had the gastric sleeve, and the weirdest thing happened when I had that surgery and I lost 200 pounds. Dude, like spicy, I can't get it spicy enough. It's the weirdest thing. Like it's so like I'm not even kidding. Like when I go have sushi, I'm like all the wasabi, and like people give me shit because my shit'll look like paste. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm down. I'm down for anything. Live stream it. I don't care if I make a fool of myself.
Have you seen that?
I actually haven't. I'm not familiar with this.
Yes.
But
It is a single tortilla chip that comes in a coffin.
I'm down. Let's do it. I'm down.
I've had it.
I'm hella down.
I have had it. It is
I'm hella
painful.
down.
I will
I'm
tell you.
I'm
It is
hella
extraordinarily painful.
down.
You sit there and you say, "Oh yeah, I can take it. I can."
Hey man, no, look, I'll let you like.
Oh yeah, the gummy bear. Woo, that gummy bear.
I will let you record it live, like stream.
Oh
it
yeah,
live.
I've done it live.
Yeah, no, I haven't since my surgery.
All right. You guys
I
heard it
haven't-
here. We're gonna do some spicy stuff on
Dude,
Nerd.
I haven't met spicy. I can't conquer yet
Oh,
since
yeah?
my surgery.
How about
And,
some spicy bugs?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'll eat like.
Oh,
come
okay.
on.
So he'll eat bugs too, guys. All right, here we go.
Like,
we're gonna go.
I mean,
for
well,
it.
they're dead, so I'm not gonna eat. I'm not a Klingon. I ain't gonna eat anything alive. Okay, I'm gonna draw the line
Poor
there.
guy. He's not gonna
No.
eat some live crickets.
No, it's got to be
What?
dead. Gotta be
What
dead.
a
I mean,
wuss.
dude, here in Vegas, they sell chocolate-covered crickets at the
Yeah,
freaking
I've had
gas
chocolate covered
station.
crickets.
Yeah, and I've eaten them. They taste like peanuts with chocolate. You know, it's like ain't no thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I've done this fundraiser where we do basically people super chat and then we got to eat like. Have you ever had those nasty jelly beans?
No, I don't do. I won't do candy because sugar, carbs. I can't like do that. That's why I drink like Pepsi Zero and.
Oh, they're gross. I won't do those again because they're so disgusting. But they're these jelly beans that taste like things like dishwater soap and vomit and.
I played a game once a long time ago that had like I played like a board game that had like
they're nasty. Oh, they're
different like one of them tasted like farts or something like that.
Yeah, they're just disgusting.
Yeah.
They're absolutely disgusting.
Anyway,
back to the show.
Yeah, did we cover everything? Because
we're pretty much done with the show, but I want to talk about one quick thing. So overall, I think that it's a good setup for season.
Baby, I asked nicely. What?
Tell Cece she darn well better get that job because I want to see you suffer.
Michael, baby. Yeah. Michael says you. What'd you say? You darn well better get that promotion. Crickets chirping. That might be a sign that it's not happening because I told you it's been weird. Oh. Baby?
What, Daddy?
Okay, yeah. I don't think it's happening, bro. We'll have to fly out there and visit you.
So she's not getting it?
Based off that response I just got. Magic 8 Ball says outlook not good.
Are you gonna ask her?
That's a bummer. I did ask her. Did you not hear her scold me? Like, no. I don't want to make her. I'm trying to have sex tonight. I'm not trying to piss her off. Are you kidding?
Well, just say, hey, does that mean we're not getting it?
Hey, baby.
What the fuck does that mean?
No. Michael just wants me to ask you if you don't think you're getting it or not.
I don't know yet.
Okay. She says, I don't know yet. I'm still trying. That's literally what she just said. I don't know if you heard her. So.
Anyway, so
you just cost me a nut tonight. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
So, so overall, I like the fact that they did a good job setting up for season 2. What I don't like is that I think that the creators of the show don't understand how to make a good kids show. Because
I know, right? Because I keep saying, "Oh, this is for kids," but they keep putting in Easter eggs for the adults. They keep doing things for the adults.
But the adult stuff is like if you look at the Janeway and Chakotay stuff, it's pretty good. If you look at all the stuff on the Dauntless, it's pretty good. And quite frankly, if you look at shows that it's based on, shows like the Clone Wars. Aside from the fact that this has clearly better animation, Clone Wars has better storytelling and stuff. Why? Because Clone Wars doesn't have a bunch of little kids running around. And what this show needs is adults, not kids running around. Because one thing that I think that these people don't understand is that kids don't want to watch kids. Kids want to watch heroes. Kids want to is on a show like this, an action show, a drama show. Kids want to watch people they can become, not necessarily watch kids who they think they are.
Yes. Well, hey, we already went over the fact that they kissed. We already went over the fact that the Protostar class has been refilled, and we already went over the fact that there are bigger plans to tease season 2, but we didn't see that ship.
Anything that you want to go over?
I just want to wrap this up because we're already an hour and 25 minutes over.
So you heard it here. So Danny doesn't care about you guys. So
No, that's not true. Well, wow. Well, you know what? Sure, I'll say that. All those super chats, all those overwhelming super chats we didn't get. I don't get a penny of that. So I don't give a flying fuck about any. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Wow. that was just.
Did you hear Cece?
No,
she just yelled out. She yelled out, "Dick!"
And she should. Dang. That was kind of messed up.
Nah, man. I was just trying. Me. I'm always trying to be funny, and usually I normally fail.
And by the way, Kronos asked earlier, and I forgot to. He asked if the show was woke. I don't think I would call the show woke.
I don't think so. I didn't see any elements of woke. Did you?
Not really. I mean, except you could say, well, Gwen is probably the most capable of them, but at the same time, the person with the best arc is probably Doll.
Yeah. So no, this show's not woke at all. This is in my opinion, this is a very well written show, even though it's for kids. Give this show a chance eventually, Kronos says. Look, man, I look. My mom, one of my closest friends since I was a senior in high school, which was 96. You do the math. I've known him a long ass time. He was telling me to watch. His name Derek. I had several people like, oh my god, you can watch Prodigy, and Michael can attest to this because I was talking to him about this. I was like, yeah, it's a kids show. I don't want to watch it's a Nickelodeon kids show. I don't want to do this. And then, but we both had so many people telling us to watch it. We were like, all right, fine. Am I right?
Yeah, and it's better than I was expecting, but I still would say don't go into it expecting a Star Trek show and you'll enjoy it more.
Oh yeah, because it's like Star Wars. It's like
this is a Star Wars show.
No, like
Star Trek coat of paint.
Yeah, if you listen to the first at least half of this season's reviews of ours, we're like not happy. Like literally, this show won me over in probably the last 4 or 5 episodes.
Right.
Like that's not good for a 20 episode season. I would have never seen those last episodes if I wasn't reviewing them for this show. You know what I mean? So
right. And the last 3 episodes are really the only ones that genuinely felt like Star Trek. But even then, in the second to last episode was a huge sequence that felt like Star Wars.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And so
they, I really wish this. I feel like whatever that one villain was that looks like Grievous, I wish they'd have done him differently. I could have lived with the similarities in the animation style if there weren't so many other similarities to Star Wars.
Right.
Like
the character designs. Like first of all, you make the majority of the characters human. That would be more Star Trek. We
got so many
and just crazy non-human.
We've never seen in the Star Trek universe before. I love Murph, but have we ever seen anything like Murph before in Star Trek?
We did on the Orville.
That's the Orville on Star Trek. You know what I mean?
We didn't have giant rock monsters and blobs of slime on
We had giant rock monsters in Galaxy Quest. Oh wait, that's not Star Trek. So,
So this was definitely that's the problem. It felt, like they were just pulling stuff from left and right, but it felt like when you look at these characters and if you just didn't put them on a Federation starship, it's Star Wars.
Arabic, don't get me started on Masters of the Universe because I actually love that show, and Tom Connors and I from Midnight's Edge, I'm convinced that's why he won't ever have me on his show again. And I'm convinced, even though he says he doesn't, that he hates me because he hates Kevin Smith's He-Man, and I love it. So,
And Gorilla, there was the giant rock monster in the episode with Lincoln, the Excalbians. However, they
Yeah.
were not. They were enemies of the Federation, and
well, hey, he's Salty Trekker. I'm the Dork Knight, and you guys are the salt of the earth. And we've
But
gone
remember-
for a whopping 3.5 hours, and we thank you all for still being here. But whether he is or not, I'm out.
But hold on. Remember, in the words the immortal Admiral James T. Kirk, 000, destruct 0.
0.